And to be honest, when it comes to Morrowind experiences, I would actually rather just play Morrowind proper, but maybe modded, because I've talked before how one of my go-to things to stream for many months, and I want to get back into at some point, was Morrowind Randomizer. In fact, I got it set back up again, but there's a few things there's a few kinks I need to work out. One kink, especially with one of my mods, embarrassingly, one of my mods is crashing. And I don't know why. I haven't changed this mod since I've made it 2.5, 3 years ago. When I launched the game, I get an error message saying this particular mod has crashed the game, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a stack underflow. It's like, well, damn, I thought I was a better developer than this, what the fuck? But I think what happened is that I think one of the mods that it depends upon, like the script extender, that kind of stuff, had an update, and I think it might have changed one of the functions that I'm relying upon. So I need to, I need to take a look under the hood, put it under the knife. But yeah, there's definitely things that I want to get back into, that being one of them. But I need to spend more time off stream getting it twerked out. Yeah, OG Morrowind, yeah. But it'd be cool to try out something like Morrowind in the newer version of their engine. Somebody was telling me that a while back that Skyrim and Oblivion use the same like underlying engine as Morrowind, which is like heavily updated and like built upon significantly. But yeah, apparently there's you can trace some common threads back from all the way to Morrowind at least. I think it's interesting. Yeah, OG Morrowind, it's a good time. Let's see, what level am I right now? I think we have, yeah, I've been level 9 for a while. I think I'll probably level sometime tonight, just given that we feel like we've been level 9 for a while. I think we've been sitting on like several levels. That's weird. I cast a couple spells and my torch immediately went out. I guess it was just weird timing. I'm trying not to like level too quickly. I think we've had several pocket levels for a while. I know if I over level too quickly, I will out level my equipment, and then suddenly I'll be fighting bad guys that are way scarier. Gamebryo, that might be it. Yeah, that might be it. OG Morrowind is a pain. If you've played oh, you mean if you've played if you like started with Oblivion and Skyrim. I wouldn't say this game is easier than Morrowind. It's certainly a lot faster, like faster paced and smoother. Oh, I was like, I see a shape in the distance. A little silhouette of a shape. Are you a person or a goblin? I think you're a human person or a humanoid person. Now he's a dead person. It's an orc. No, Argonian. Yeah, Argonian. A marauder archer. Steel, wow. Fancy steel stuff. Excellent. But yeah, the difficulty curve, yeah. Oh, the cliff racers too, yeah. Yeah, there's many things about Morrowind that definitely make it tricky for people who might have started with the newer games. Because yeah, like the overall pacing for the newer games feels a lot faster. A lot smoother, just more fast paced, like more instantly like gratifying. Instant gratification, like more rewarding. It's like sooner. Morrowind is a bit of a slog, you know, up until a certain point, obviously. You know, once you get to your first level or two, that's when the game I think starts to open up a bit. But yeah, it's pretty rough. And I always tell people, like I said, when I was streaming Morrowind a lot, people would pop in and be like, Alex, I'm glad you're playing this because I was never into Morrowind. I love Skyrim, but like I can't really play Morrowind, and I get it. Like I would never hold that against somebody because yeah, it's a clunky ass game, and I love it. Clunky as fuck though. Pick the right stuff. in Morrowind at least, because or actually, I mean, I guess yeah, it goes either way. But yeah, I as somebody who started with Morrowind, I'm biased, so Morrowind is my favorite. But I'm actually gonna go down first. So Morrowind is my favorite, but yeah, I mean, I will readily agree that the clunkiness is understandably not everyone's favorite. Like there are things about the game that would deter people, even if you didn't start with Oblivion or Skyrim. Things about Morrowind that are not everyone's cup of tea. Why do we have the sword? The sword is mostly for if I run out of magic, which happens pretty readily, because I tend to rely on target spells, and target spells cost more juice. So if I'm out of juice and I don't want to just wait around or like try to kite enemies, I can at least slap them around a bit with a sword. So that way I'm not defenseless with close combat. And honking swords are also that. We do have a backup. Mailboge. We'll go there once we clear out this instance. But we do have a backup sword. And shield, actually. We have a backup longsword of depletion. Deplete me, daddy. And then also shield. Well, my armor is very fucked, though. I need to get shit repaired. There's our shield. So, if that sword gets too dinged up, too dinged and donged, then we can switch off to one that's a little bit more defense ready. So this is a dead end. Just a ratto. Just a little ratto. Hey, what's up, Check? Thank you, Check. Yeah, we were talking about that in over Discord a couple days ago. I guess about a week ago. Figured we go ahead and try it out. I am trying to be mindful of placement of the window, the webcam window, and the donation tracker. And in fact, just FYI, as a general PSA, for those who are chilling with us, if there's ever a time while I'm streaming, and the webcam and or donation tracker is like very much covering something important, you have full license to let me know. I will not be bothered. Don't be like, oh, Alex, I don't want to interrupt you, but all right, you know, sorry to bother you with this. No, please bother me with it, because I would rather know about it, because it is something I very much want to be mindful of and like, you know, be astute over. And I sometimes don't look at my, I mean, I look at my chat frequently, but I don't look at my OBS window that often. So, but I'm trying to. So yeah, feel free to let me know if it is covering something that should be exposed. I like to expose myself correctly. The opposed dice roll. Yeah, the opposed dice rolls in Morrowind. I mean, and that's the thing. It's a very old school approach. It's a very old-timey PC game thing, is opposed dice rolls for combat specifically. Well, and other things, but especially combat. And I don't mind that. I thought she was A-posing. Are you a person? I think she is a not nice person. I will treat her as such. Did she just give her... Oh, it's she imbued mask. I was like, did she just put on a sex mask? No, that was an imbued helmet. Nothing that I really want. She was a blacksmith before I murdered her. Marauded her. What weapon were you using? Can I see? Oh, I guess it's still in her inventory. I was like, I thought it was maybe on the ground. Yeah, no, it's the kind of thing where you're playing Morrowind, you've got a dagger, and you stab at an enemy, and you are physically, visually connecting with the dagger, and it's whoosh. It's going whoosh. It is clearly missing. No damage is being taken, and they're slapping the shit out of you, and it's like, what is going on? I'm physically connecting here. What am I missing? Like, that's the shit that understandably is frustrating, especially starting out. And of course, starting out, a lot of people are not. The game doesn't necessarily do the best job of telling you the importance of managing your stamina, your fatigue, all that shit, and how that plays into how hard it is to connect any attacks when you're first starting out. Yeah, it can absolutely feel like a slog. Part of the torch, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if I should maybe switch to the other side for this game. So this is interesting. I'm guessing this trap has already been set off then, because I don't know whomst would have set this off. Yeah, if I step on it, I can jump on it all I want. They've already been done. So if there was an NPC that walked through here off camera, I mean, maybe the high elf that we fought earlier set them off and took some damage. Didn't show that she was very low on health earlier. I don't know, it's mysterious. It was JD. Yeah, maybe it's a mysterious unknown entity, or JD. Well, JD, you're a very tall man. You're a tall glass of water, as I've been told. So maybe the taller lads and ladies would have a harder time squinching through here, because you know, without slapping the spiky balls, the spicy balls. I'm just gonna assume that you're both mean. So I'll just cast in this general direction. In this genital direction. So she's out of there.
That's the best you can do.
And I'm out of magicka, yeah. So it's like when you're out of magicka, you can drink magicka potions. You can just, like, you know, back BTFO for a little bit, or I can be a fucking gamer and slap a shit out of them for a bit. Repair hammer. Actually kind of based. Actually kind of useful. Because my shit is very damaged. The problem is most of my equipment is magic, and my armorer skill is far too low to repair magic things. So I'm kind of on my own there. Not particularly ideal. Traps would flail around. Oh, really, Jim? That sounds like an incredible bug. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, God. Alright. Press 1 if you can hear me. Because I cannot see or hear you. Speaking of bugs. Oh, boy. I know what that noise means. Yep. Okay, so I think I'm still alive. Wow, I'm amazed that the game didn't crash there. So here's what happened. I think my graphics drivers just reset. Because I don't know if you heard the Windows noise. Did you guys hear the Windows noise? The bum 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 bum. Things disconnecting and reconnecting. So what happened? I recognized what that sign was. That means my graphics drivers crashed and then rebooted. And somehow did not take Oblivion out with it. You heard it too, Jim? Yeah, I was like, they probably heard this. Yeah, that was the sound of my monitor disconnecting. My secondary, I think both my monitors. This one specifically straight up went off it like gave me the disconnected screen for like 2 seconds. So it doesn't happen very often, but it's happened twice in PSO, and like maybe 1 or 2 times other times in Oblivion. So yeah, it's a small number of things, but there are games that I stream that will just kill my graphics card, or drivers rather, kill my graphics drivers. In the case of PSO, you have to like restart the stream because it takes it out so hard. But yeah, in the case of this game, sometimes I have to restart the stream, other times it recovers on its own. But yeah, I remember the first time it happened, it freaked me out because I was like, holy shit, something just crashed so hard it killed my monitor. Then it came back up on its own. But it's like, yeah, the idea of graphics drivers going out and yeah, just monitors disconnecting, it's like, what the shit, man? What the absolute shit? It's okay, we got it though. We got it. Anyway, to your point though, Jim, yeah, that bug sounds hilarious. We saw it not too long ago where, yeah, if you stand under a certain kind of lantern and jump, it will physics out. Now the lanterns, when they're physicsing out, don't have any damaging the player properties that I can discern, so we're safe, but it looks hilarious and is dangerous, but in a fun way. A fun dangerous. I meant to go back and clip it, but that's okay. By the way, Arctic. Oh, that's for Gracie. I will message her verbatim. Just to be clear, okay, yeah, the spelling is deliberate. In fact, I'm gonna this might be too much of a tell. Well, it's already a tell, but I'm gonna match the casing as well. So like lowercase h and have. But that'll be a tell to her because she knows that I'm usually a good boy. Have you ever farted? D-E-D. No, autocorrect, not farmed. Autocorrect is trying to blue balls me. Farted so hard you shitted. Not skidded. Not skidded. I said what I said and I meant what I said and I said what I meant. Farted and shitted 100%. It is sent. It is sent. She might not be awake right now. But if she does respond tonight, Arctic, well, regardless of when she responds, I will share with you the response. Yeah, she might be asleep. And mercifully, she does not. She usually has like her volume pretty low when she's sleeping. So I'm usually in the clear to send messages while she's sleeping and not risk waking her up. Welcome by the way, Mr. Arctic. We're playing more Oblivion. We just zapped a couple NPCs, gave them the zappy zaps. When I said earlier I was going to level. I will do exactly that. Alteration getting up there, yes sir. Yes sir, yes sir. In fact, yeah, I think that was the last... Oh, I lied, there's more. Because there's another instance for us to explore. But I'm thinking that, yeah, we're nearing the end of this particular instance. Let's go check it out. Oh, it's locked. Don't mind if I do then. What's up, Insig? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it too much. It's pretty similar to Morrowind with the leveling system. Now, you could then extend that to say, well, Morrowind has a wonky leveling system too, Alex. It does. They both do. But it is what I'm used to when it comes to Elder Scrolls, so I don't mind it. I've heard that in Skyrim it is quite different. The leveling system, that is. So let's hop to it. Take a 1 hour nappy. Awful addition things. It's surprising. Because I've been using so many magic things and leveling things like alteration and destruction and conjuration. I was thinking that since I've been leveling those things so much that I'd be getting more plus opportunities, but man, sometimes it's just not happening. Regardless, I'll go ahead and continue with what I've been doing. Actually, maybe that's a good time to do luck. Luck does affect everything. With speed, light armor is the main thing. I think I'll go for luck. This game auto levels the enemies. Well, so does this game, to my knowledge. Yeah, apparently Oblivion, because like with I guess the term is level scaling. Because yeah, when we were talking earlier how Morrowind is a really hard game in some ways, at least in some ways. But I do, and I would agree about that it's a more challenging game in some ways compared to this game and presumably Skyrim. But the one thing I will say about Morrowind compared to Oblivion and Skyrim is that the level scaling it's still there in Morrowind. You're in a dungeon. You're more likely to find rats and low-level Daedra, like scamps, that kind of thing, earlier on. Whereas later on, you'll find Atronox, you'll find Golden Saints, you'll find Daedriths, the scary shit. So it's like there is some level scaling, but it's a little bit more subtle. Whereas in Skyrim, in Oblivion, and apparently Skyrim, it's a little bit more aggressive, more explicit. So I know that's one thing that not everyone's a huge fan of in the later games specifically. Don't level your attack skills. Oh yeah, well that's why my attack skills are front and center. Yeah, Blades 47, which is almost to the next level, and obviously Destruction's the big one. That's the main guy. So yeah, we have those set as major skills. We've been attacking them pretty well. Does it give you Daedra everywhere? Not everywhere. I mean, it does add to the monster tables. You know, it's like you will see the difference. You know, you'll see Golden Saints, you'll see Dremora Lords, but yeah, it's not like constant. And some areas have it worse than others. Like, you know, if you go to Ghost Gate, you're gonna see scary shit, especially later in the game. But yeah, if you go there at level 1, you will still see some scary things. Whereas, yeah, you go back to, you know, the Bitter Coast, or no, what's it called? I can't remember like the region names. So, like the regions outside Balmora, Pelagia, like some of those areas. You're still gonna mostly see rats, scribs, maybe the odd Daedra, but usually you're not gonna see anything too ridiculous. So, yeah, I would say that Morrowind is more forgiving in that sense. One of the few ways in which Morrowind is forgiving. I hear noises. I'm just gonna assume they're all bad guys. Just kind of thread that needle there. Got a fancy sword, I think. Ouch. Diminishing. Diminish these nuts. Ouch. So he's an archer. He or she is an archer, which means they will prefer long range, and I could exploit that. Or I could be a gamer. Oh! My enchanted item is out of the charges, but that's fine. He's fast. You are very fast. Good one. I thought I was a fast man. Jesus, calm your titties down. God damn, he's fast. Hey, what's up, Will Scott? It is good. Yeah, you were correct. It's a quite good game. You can probably tell based on the title. It's my first. I'm in the midst of my first playthrough, and I am very much enjoying myself. Despite fast lads like this. Look at that. Like how he landed up there. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, it's a very good game. I am absolutely enjoying myself. It's the Warlord. That explains why he had the good shit. What Orcish gear? Orcish gear that's pretty valuable. It's very heavy, though. I'm not sure it's worth grabbing. It's pretty cool, though. It's a shield. Diminishing. Curious how that compares with my other sword that I've got. Drain agility or absorb magicka. Oh, well, this one's just a better longsword. Yeah, we'll keep in that one. No question. That one's just objectively better. Assassin's Guild. I think if I would have seen the Assassin's Guild yet. I've been informed that the Dark Brotherhood has some real cool shit. I don't know if you. I don't know what it means, and I would rather not know. You know, I'm trying to keep it fairly blind or fairly, like, you know, first time legit experience. But people have told. I've been informed that there are some quests that involve the Dark Brotherhood that are apparently quite good and very iconic, and apparently also quite brutal. Like, I've heard people say, like, oh, that's how the game gets its M rating. I don't know what it implies, but apparently there's some shit that goes down that is not for the faint of heart. That's part of the excitement. Oh, Arctic. I just got the ding from Gracie. Let's see what she said. Is she listening in? She might be listening in. Arctic, I think she's on to us. Her exact words were, "Nope, period. Still have complete control over my sphincter." I have relayed the response to Arctic. I'm sure his exact reaction was Lamau. Arctic, I know there was at least 1 or 2 occasions where, upon an a text Gracie redemption, I don't think it was you that did it. It was someone. I think it was August that redeemed it. And her reaction was that Arctic? Was that his shit? Because Arctic has developed a reputation for the more oddball redemptions of texting Gracie. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun when it's when it's that clear who's doing what. Yeah, our sorry, we have a lot of crap in our inventory, obviously. And I have a lot of things I want to sell. But yeah, my poor armor. Oh, I should use my repair hammer that we found earlier. Repair my gauntlets. Oh, just busted. Busted makes me feel good. Yeah, that's the only part of our armor, of our equipment, that's not magical. So hammers are not the most useful. I would like for them to get useful, but, you know, it takes a while. Oops. There we go. So what have we done so far? Not a whole lot, admittedly. We are still pretty early on in the overall story. Let's see, how do I check my quest log? So as far as completed quests go, haven't done a whole lot. We've done a couple of side quests. We basically started where people usually start. You know, we did a number of things around the Imperial City, some side quests, joined a couple guilds. Well, we can't actually guilds in the Imperial City itself, but we did join the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild. So did some, you know, plundered quite a few dungeons, generally speaking. Obviously went to Coral, all that, you know, did a bunch of stuff around there, did some quests up here, some exploring up there. And since then, yeah, we went through Skingrad, did the quests through there, did some quests through there, and are on our way to Kvatch for the main quest. And then after that, we'll probably head to Anvil for some more side quests. A lot of things have been explored, but still very far to go. And we did take that one side quest from the DLC where you get a castle by defending from marauders. We did get the castle reclaimed, so it is in our name now, and we've purchased some upgrades, but the upgrades are pretty expensive, so I haven't gone on all of them up. But we've made some pretty good progress on it. Sorry, I'm very gross and mucusy today, apparently. But anyway, so that has been the main focus, of course, has been overall following the main quest, but still seeking out side quests when the opportunities present themselves. Seeking out guild opportunities, that kind of stuff. Just because I know that there's a lot of very good quests in this game, and I don't always know where they are and, you know, which NPCs to interact with, so I try to be fairly thorough in talking with people and exploring new cities, that kind of stuff. I'm sure I've missed things, but, you know, trying to play it legit, trying to be comprehensive so that I'm getting the full Oblivion experience. So many people love this game and have deep-seated nostalgia. So it's like, I want to do it right. I want to do it right by those who are fans of this game. I want to be a legit Oblivion gamer And you know I'm a legit Oblivion gamer because I have 92 lockpicks on my inventory. We're getting it though. We're figuring it out. Another repair hammer. I guess I'll grab it. I won't not take it. Oop. Need more hammers. It busted instantly. Yeah, for the Dark Brotherhood quests are incredible. And yeah, and the horse are. I need to get a horse. I don't even have a horse yet. Anvil's got some cool shit. Nice. Yeah, I've heard Anvil's got some cool shit. Also, White Bomber, you gotta check. Got it, homie. Red Bomber was in there for a bit, but White Bomber are going back to the classic. Vanilla Boy himself. Alright, bud. It's down to you, White Bomber. No pressure, but it's all up to you. Good job. Good job, White Bomber. We're all very proud of you. No pressure, but everyone's counting on you. It's kind of flopping down a little bit. Whoa! Jesus. Yeah, sometimes it's tricky trying to keep them upright. Sometimes they want to fall asleep. Like this system has been less reliable lately. I don't know if sunglasses are like getting looser, or if the little attachment thingy that I have is being a bit less reliable. But yeah, like they're more prone to slipping. I should maybe look for a better system. Yeah, see, you can already tell he's kind of sliding. It's worked so well for the first couple months, but and of course, we got the little hook, little stretchy hook thing, so it's like we could hang that on something, but I don't know. The tricky thing is well, can I hang it on so that it's still in frame and not covering my sign, that kind of thing. So it's hard to find something that checks all the boxes. Block picking in Oblivion. It hasn't been too bad. It was tough at first, but once we figured it out, it wasn't too bad. I feel like that we kind of cut our teeth on like through necessity, figuring out in a general sense the lockpicking system. Oh, I never did this, did I? Chilling touch, that's the one. Weakness to frost damage, not bad. It's on touch, which I don't use a whole lot, but that's not bad. Got this other shield. It's my old shield, that's right, yeah. As far as easy things to drop. Why do I have 5 fortified? Oh, I made those myself, that's why. Like, what in the world? Why do I have these? Okay, let's just drop a few things. But yeah, the lockpicking system, it takes some getting used to. But like, I feel like once I found the pattern for it, and I kind of got the feel for it, because it seems like that's so much of it. It's getting a feel, or knowing when you can do the safe clickies versus when you should play it safe. Like, it was so frustrating at first. I think like I would burn through like 10, 20 lockpicks in a single sitting. But now I'm feeling a lot more confident. Actually, I think we've explored this area completely then, haven't we? Yes, we have. So, there's one more instance to go through. You know, we never set that off. Yeah, I guess the expectation is we would have gone here first. There's a skeleton key in this game? Interesting. That would probably make the lockpicking stuff a breeze. A special stand just for the bomber friends? Yeah, that actually would be kind of nice. So I would have to fuck with it myself. Maybe I could commission Gracie to... Cause she's the one who made this cool logo. She made the logo and the physical sign for it. Maybe I could commission her to craft me some kind of convenient little stand for my bomber friends. Bosmer for a magic build? I got bad news, Jim. It's actually not a Bosmer, it's a dark elf. Because I wanted like a battle mage, so I wanted something that could do a little bit of both. Column A, column B. I made a Bosmer for... I think my Morrowind playthrough on stream a couple years back. Although that was a thief build. That was a sneaky man with not very much magic at all for that build. Bosmers are interesting. Wait, was it Bosmer or Brett? I think it was Bosmer. Wood elf, basically. Time to sell my crap. I have many crappy potions that I've made, and they are almost exclusively for selling. Some potions we do use ourselves. Most of it is just to feed our addictions, feed our vices. I'm gonna see how much money I have. There we go. Yeah, 18,000. Yeah, we have lots of monies. Can't remember how to lockpick in this game. It's probably the kind of thing where, yeah, it would fly by me as well. Like I would forget some of it, but I feel like you can probably pick it back up after a while. That's the one, the tombs. Once you get a feel for it, it's probably like riding a bike. You know, it's a little wobbly at first, but I bet you can figure it back out. Like you can get that familiar sense all over again. Oh, by the way, I guess I haven't showed my character. Yeah, he's a strange looking man. Strange purple boy. Yeah, we called him Sadge Maroon because we made him as sad and round and purple as possible. And the side profile is very impressive. It's Todd's way of punishing you. Yep. Yeah, it is a noise that you become quite familiar with. Apparently Skyrim has a similar system. I know I've talked about this before. In Skyrim, there's apparently a mod you can install that plays a 90s sitcom laugh track. Like different sound clips of 90s sitcom laugh tracks every time you break a lockpick. So, you know, you break the lockpick, blink, and you hear like the ha ha ha. People are laughing at you. The studio audience thinks you're hilarious. I've been informed it's quite funny for like the first 30 seconds, and then it becomes an infuriating after a certain point. So, you know, unsurprisingly so, it overstays its welcome in a bit.
Take that.
What are you fighting? I think she's fighting a skeleton.
This is the part where you fall down and...
I'm helping. I'm assuming she's a bad guy. A bad lady.
Now you will know pain.
She might actually lose this fight. Maybe I chose the wrong side to slap around a bit. Surely one of them is gonna lose.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got. Bulbous boy. Yes, that's the class. Yeah, we wanted to name the class something silly. Bulbous boy is kind of silly. We wanted to name it like marriage counselor or notary public or something weird, but we didn't have enough characters, so we had to improvise. Right, so now I just hear silence. You good, fam? She lost. Oh, and then he lost in a single blast. We zapped his skeleton right off his skull right off his head. We zapped his skeleton right off his skeleton. Silver Claymore, I think that's what I'm using. But not as good. This mine's the fancy kind. Well, she wasn't Silver Claymoring good enough. Also, this was a skeletal guardian, so that's like the pretty high up there. Got rid of gendered stat differences. I didn't know that there were gendered stat differences in this game. That's bizarre. They're all half-elves. Interesting. I did not know that, Gem. That's why we were... Yeah, what crime did this lad commit that put him in jail in Oblivion? You know, before the game begins. We'll never know. They just saw him. They were like, you're coming with me. It's like, what did I do? Nothing, but come on. Nobody who looks like this is gonna get through life without committing crimes. Alright? Nobody who looks like this is not going to have a traumatic upbringing that forces them to desperate circumstances. Let's just get this out of the way first. The Bethesda character, that's part of the joy. Part of the experience. Is that a Zombino? That's a Zombino. I have Turn Undead. I should be using it. Boink. More Turn Undeads. More turns for Undeads. Mighty Chin. Yeah, I don't know if I like the chin more or the prominent underbite or the like smushed in nose. My favorite is just how large and rotund he be. Oh, that's not the same one. Oh, well, don't I feel silly? Okay. So now we're fighting multiple Zambinos. It's not how I wanted to spend my Tuesday, but here we are. Ouch. These guys can cause diseases. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get sandwiched. See, that guy will come back around. Yeah, these are the tombs, so it's gonna be lots of undead. That fucker really ran away, didn't he? We're gonna have to kind of ping pong back and forth a bit, methinks. So we don't do a ton of damage to these guys, and they have a lot of health. I think they might have health regen, maybe. We got one of them. Darkest Dungeon. I've not played it, but I've watched people stream it, and it's a game I really want to stream. I think I would enjoy it quite a bit, based on what I've seen. Looks super heckin' good. Oh, I thought that wasn't like a rat. That's just a human corpse. Just a plain-ass corpse. Plain-ass corpse. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon looks incredible. It's got a fuck ton of really cool DLC and a sequel that is, I think, in early access right now. So yeah, lots of cool shit for those who are fans of such things. Yeah, that's a problem. We're chasing him into other areas with other scary things. Chin game was too strong. Got the he could put Jay Leno to shame with a chin that prominent. The baller. There's other things to drop. Let's drop this one too. You use that chin to bludgeon something? Yeah. It's like, what are you doing with a chin and underbite that prominent? That cannot be a sign of somebody up to anything other than no good. 10 more personality. More really? Yeah. I guess I'm not that surprised, but it's kind of surprising. I don't think there was anything like that in Morrowind, or at least I was not aware of it in Morrowind. I guess it was maybe more subtle. But yeah, that's very strange. We're not quite. Wonk. Big fan of Turn Undead, by the way. It's not damaging them, but it's a nice way to help control the crowd. Guys are very tanky. I think they are like resisting the normal, because it's a magic weapon, but my magic is depleted. Oh, he knocked my ass down. I've actually never... Oh, it's because my endurance got drained. My stamina, rather. I've actually never seen that before, where your stamina gets drained, you get knocked down. I thought he killed me at first. I was like, really? Damn. But yeah, I think he's like resisting the non-magical parts of my shit. Got his ass. The charges for enchanted item. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Matt? Yeah, and they take a while to recharge. In Morrowind, they took a while to recharge. In this game, they take even longer. And I think really you just need to pay somebody to charge them for you. And it's kind of expensive. Like, kind of really expensive. So it is far from convenient to deal with sometimes. A sign of royal... Really, Kimder? Well, in that case, we must be the fucking king. With an undivided that impressive. Maybe it's the... genetic degradation that is that royalty was espoused for back in the day from all the inbreeding. Yeah, the inbreeding, exactly. The zombies were scary. That's how I was in Morrowind with the vampires. I was terrified of the Morrowind vampires. Ridiculous, but it's true. Actually, what am I doing? I should drink it. Glug, 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 glug. Yeah, and I've talked about this before, how in Morrowind it's such a slow game. And I don't say that in like a negative sense. I think it's good because it's slow and like deliberate, very strategic. You know, if you just jump into Morrowind and go in big dick swinging, you're gonna have a bad time in the early levels. Later levels, you can probably be a little bit more foolhardy, but early levels, it's pretty rough. And how, yeah, like everything about the game is slow-paced. The movement, the combat, everything just takes a while in Morrowind. That's how it goes. But then you see vampires. I remember when I first saw vampires in like an ancestral tomb, and their faces were all fucked up, their eyes were scary, their voices are terrifying, but their movement speed was what scared me the most, because you see them sprint towards you and it's like nothing moves that fast in this game. You're not supposed to be that quick, dude. What the hell? It's like upsetting. To me it was upsetting seeing how fast they were. Like it rustled my jimmies. That's like one of my quintessential Morrowind moments of being like, Jesus, these things are in fucking human, and they kind of were because they were vampires. We'll start when there's blue blood. I'll keep my eyes peeled. Oh my god, BattleBots NSYNC. That's a throwback. Yeah, dude, I loved BattleBots back in the day. And yes, I remember that episode with Jay Leno. I can't remember what it was. The chin dozer or something. Seems like he leans into the chin memes, which is good. I don't know what he's been up to lately, Jay Leno. He's been retired from TV hosting and comedianing for a while, I'm pretty sure. Hope he's doing okay. I know he loves cars. And collecting cars, and he's got a funny voice. That's really all I know him for. Yeah, he did that. There was that episode of BattleBots where, yeah, he had his chin dozer BattleBot, and it was him versus like 10 teensy tiny little BattleBots, and his bot just preemed the competition. Like, it was not even close. You charge with soul gems? I think so. I think you can. Alright, so guess that's it then. Yeah, so our reward was, well, fighting zombies, but also plundering their booties. No, plundering the tombs. Raiding the tombs. If only there was a game about that, about raiding tombs. Imagine. Yeah, I did find one of those NSYNC. In fact, I'm holding on to one right now. I've got one in my inventory. Yeah, here we go. I got one. But they're very valuable, and also like very hard to find. So it's like I'm saving that for a rainy day, or if I'm in some kind of combat situation where I need the full juice, full experience. I did see that Elgaso. Yeah, I think I saw a post about that. She's like one of the last known, like, living noteworthy people that can trace their lineage all the way back. Like, knowingly trace their lineage to Muhammad. And it's quite a long lineage, but still, yeah, it's like, it's pretty impressive. Because I had no idea, but yeah, I saw a post on social media about that and thought it was pretty interesting. Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah, they've had like a bit of a feud, Jay Leno and Howard Stern. Howard Stern has made many enemies over the years, though, so I'm not terribly surprised. And when your whole shtick is your like the whole shock jock thing, then I shouldn't say it's his whole shtick, but was one of the many things that set him apart from the others. So not terribly surprising that some are not big fans of him. Would pop in. Oh, last man standing. I've never seen it. I know that it was I guess it's still going on, that show. I don't know much about it. All I know is that Tim Allen's that's like his baby. It's like his main focus right now. Right, so that was, I think, really the only thing. I think if there was something else. Oh, there was something else that I wanted to do. Is yes, we actually did happen upon the outskirts of Kvatch and saw that, well, that's not Kvatch anymore. This is all that's left. So we've been warned ahead of time that there is some shit that's gone down. However, there was a second thing that I wanted to explore. Boop. It's a second thing that I want to check out, and it is on the road to Kvatch. Time Allen, yes. And it's still, yeah, I was gonna say it still has a home improvement thing. It still has a Tool Time TV show inside the show. Time Allen. Oh, it makes the grunt? I can't really do it very well, but yeah. Yeah, Bellator. Bellator's Folly. That's where we're going. Charlemagne. Yeah, apparently Charlemagne and, Attila the Hun? No, that's not right. I can't remember. There's some well-known warlord that you know, some ridiculous percentage of people can trace your lineage to. Must have walked right past it. Yeah, I walked right past it. Where's Bellator's Folly? We saw it at one point as we were chasing that one dude. We wanted to get more deets from him. So it's around here somewhere. Is it a dungeon? It's a mine, apparently. I've never heard the word folly referring to a place, or like a physical place. Like, when I hear the word folly, I think of a thing that should not have been undertaken, like an overambitious endeavor that failed spectacularly. Also, you can see where our magicka is getting up there, because we just cast the usual buff spells, and it didn't really take too much out of us. So what is our max juice? 167. Not bad. Not bad. We actually have more magicka than health, which is not terribly surprising. Getting up there, though. Wolfie. Zaps. Wolfies and the Zappies. Or rather, dog. Oh, I feel bad I just called it a dog. At least lie to me. Call it a dire wolf or something, so I feel less bad. The Holy Roman Fempire Elgaso, incredible. I, for one, welcome our Fempire overlords. Fempire supremacy. need to be in third person mode more often. Oh, hello. We're not gonna be friends? Ouch! Thought we were gonna be homies. I don't think she wants to be homies, guys. Fucking down, lady. Okay, we got her. I think I like zapped the tippy top of her head with that last hit. Just pluck these arrows out of me. And conveniently put them in a quiver. That's always something I find interesting when you're extracting arrows from yourself. Like, oh yes, let me nicely place them in a quiver before I toss them on the ground. Fumbling poison to drain agility. Actually not bad. 6 armor. Probably not better than what we have though, but cool that chainmail is a thing. Wouldn't think chainmail would be light armor. Oh, Jesus. Oh shit, pressing all the wrong buttons. We get stuck on everything real quick. Okay, I might not be able to take this fight. Just queue up so I can quickly run away bravely. Ooh. Yeah, I am outclassed here. They will follow me out, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So we do have potions.
Die, damn you.
I can kind of kite them around a bit. And they block a lot of things very well. These are not chumps. Just fucked up one of them pretty good. Fact. And which of you is more injured? I think we're good. I like that little spin. Okay, whew. Tough fight, man. Maybe they weren't that high level necessarily, but I felt like I was getting my shit kicked in there. Those lockpicks. Yeah, poison spam. Yeah, if nothing else, we do have some healing potions. I try to save the healing potions, mostly because since restoration is one of our primary skills, I try to see that as like an opportunity to get our stuff leveled up. Because our restoration, if it gets to 50, I think, we'll have a lot more spells available to us. Including Cure Disease, which is one... Because let me tell you, I contract a lot of diseases, alright? Got a whole culture of diseases under my belt. Not really, but all jokes aside, yeah, it's like there's things that I would very much enjoy to have available to us. But yeah, last time especially, when we streamed this on Friday, I was leaning quite heavily on healing potions and magic potions too. Because that's the thing, I guess if you spam magic potions, you could use the magic to restore your health, obviously. So it's like you can do it that way. Oh, they got legit aloe vera out here. That's kind of cool. Not quite the aloe plants we have in real life, but still, it's kind of neat. Yeah, just a plain old doggy. Got Vampire V2. Yeah, I've seen some really cool ones. I think Moan, who's rated us before, she's got like a vampire, like bat lady, setup, which is really cool. I like hers a lot. We've rated her a couple times. Not enough use of cur. Yeah, it's a word you don't hear too often. Kind of an antiquated, unsavory term to call somebody. Welcome back, Mr. Whale. We during the pre-stream setup, I played an Oasis track, She's Electric, which is one of my favorite tracks off of the What's the Story of Morning Glory album. So that's been on my mind today. There were potion nerfs. Actually, I didn't realize there were like nerfs to potions in this game. I mean, they seem like they're okay. They're not like I haven't seen like any indication that they're bad or that they're amazing, but they can be helpful for sure. Oh, and a hydrate, thank you, Will. It can definitely be helpful. A get out of jail free card sometimes. Normal people wouldn't like it if we keep it this way. Yeah, I'd be curious to know like in what ways potions are not good or not as good. Because I haven't noticed anything obvious. Because I mean, generally speaking, well, I guess the downside of if you got like a fuck ton of potions, like if you have like 30, 40 health potions, I mean they can bail you out, but they also take up a lot of inventory space. Can't unlock that one yet. Not yet. But we can unlock it with lockpicks, just now with spells. Looking at I'm sorry, Will. Yeah, it's like fun to, in my experience at least, it's like fun to kind of daydream. It's fun to fantasize sometimes, but yeah, it's also like upsetting sometimes. To be honest, I don't really do like, you know, browsing on Zillow, that kind of thing. There was a small amount of time where I thought it was like interesting just to see what was out there, but yeah, like usually it's the kind of thing where it's either like I'm either neutral afterwards or it's like a negative experience. Like it just makes me, you know, it's like upsetting to see like how inflated things are, house pricing and whatnot, housing market. I had a boss at an old job where like that was one of her favorite things to do. She would just sit at home, not like sit at home for hours, but like she would like a few times a week. The way she told it is that she would just browse Zillow. And I was like, well, yeah, but like it was like, it's one thing I think if you're checking out, if you're genuinely curious, like, oh, maybe sometime in the next couple years I'd like to move into this suburb, or like, you know, or I'm just curious to check out what this is like. But it's like she'd lived in this particular suburb for several years, so it's just weird to me that there was like that. It's like a very foreign concept to me, like an alien concept. The idea of like frequently checking house prices in Zillow and like seeing what's on the market. She just said it was interesting. It was like a not really a hobby, but she said it was like interesting just to see what the market was like. And I don't think she had any ambitions of like getting into real estate or anything, or being like a landlord or landlady or anything. But yeah, it's strange to me the idea of like that being a thing to constantly check, because to me that kind of stuff is work. Oh, another doggy. Like I don't want to do things like that are more work based. I'm just gonna miss every single shot, aren't I? There we go. Holy shit. It's the first 5 shots. Goddamn. So you can't spam them. Interesting. It lessens the effect. I guess I never noticed. So if you were like to drink one potion and then follow it up immediately with another, it would lessen the effect. It's interesting. I had no idea. Monthly payment. That is one thing, Will. That's one thing. I don't know how it is nowadays. But yeah, there was a point in time before I bought this place. In fact, that was one of the impetuses. Impeti? That was an impetus behind me buying my current place. Was the rent I was paying at my old apartment was like, I guess I won't share numbers just because, you know, it's private, you know, private reasons, privacy and whatnot. But yeah, the rent I was paying at my old place compared to the monthly mortgage payments that I'm making now. When I first bought this place, actually even now, because my mortgage payments have intrinsically gone up because of inflation and, you know, interest rates and whatnot, but they haven't gone up that much. So yeah, even today, my mortgage payments are probably, at the time of when I left my old apartment and moved into this place, I'm probably saving about $300 to $400 a month on rent payments. It was that much more. And that was 2017 prices, because that was when I moved here. I'm almost scared to look what my old place rent-wise was like. So yeah, that is a fair thing to point out, Will, that yeah, rent, especially now, is like excruciating. The downside, obviously, is that when you take on a mortgage, usually it's like a 20, 30-year loan that you will slowly pay off, obviously. But still, it's a scary thing to sign up for. You know, I got this money blob hanging over my head. Now, granted, when I sell this place and move in with Gracie, when I sell this place, I will probably make a profit because the market is very much a seller's market right now. Not as much since interest rates have gone up, but still, I'll probably make all my money back and have some left over probably. And I'll pay off my mortgage. So, you know, so I'll come out ahead. But if I were buying a new, like if I didn't already have a place set up, like if I was looking for another place, then I'd have to, you know, continue that mortgage, or I maybe even start it over with the next purchase. So it's the kind of thing that it's like an indentured kind of loan that is more or less expected to follow at least half your lifetime. So yeah, it's like it's a lot to sign up for. It's scary signing a mortgage. It's like, oh, you're signing up for something that you know is gonna. It's a good thing to do, but still, it's a lot. Oh, it caps your. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I think I might have seen that once in SIG. Maybe that's what it is. Where like, yeah, there's like your stomach contents get full, so you gotta piss it out. I'm sure there's a mod that does that. Press E to piss. Piss out your potion excess. Impetus. Oh, am I saying it wrong? Impetus? Impetus? It's impetus? Okay. It could probably go either way, honestly. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. You think this guy's a bad guy? Let's find out. Really no one else around here. I'm gonna from afar go hit this person with the slappies. Says, what the fuck? Whomst would dare zap me in my sleeps. Zap me in my sleepies. It is I. I am that whomst. Fur shield, but no fur axe. SMH. SMH my head. Very old addressed letter with how much? Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm almost scared to look at what my rent at my old place would be right now. What the rent at my old place would be right now. Of course, it's tricky because, you know, there's been in the intervening years since 2017, there's been a pandemic and lots of inflation and house market bullshittery. So, interest rates and whatnot. So, there have been a lot of factors that would play into my rent, the rent at that old place increasing. But still though, yeah. Money for utilities, yeah. All you have to pay for is cable. At my old place, yeah, god damn it. At my old place, we had to pay our own electric. Let me think about this. I think we had to pay everything. I think we had to pay electric, sewage, water. Yeah, I'm remembering now. Yeah, we had to pay everything. And cable. In fact, I'm gonna hit you with something ridiculous. So I moved into my old place in 2011. That's when I graduated college. And in 2011, they had a policy where, yeah, you had to pay your electric, granted, rent was not too bad. When I first started at my old place, it became ridiculous. But it started out not too bad. But it went up like probably about $400 over like 6 years. Hence why I moved out. But yeah, you had to pay all of your own utilities, and you were required to have a cable subscription. Like, it was built into the contract. You couldn't not have a cable service. It was like $50 a month, and you had to have it, and it was so fucking stupid. Hey, what's up, 8-bit llama? Ape Llama's got the right idea. It's like in video games, you don't have to deal with this shit. You can buy houses in this game, and you could just pay in cash or gold. No long-term indentured debt. There's a mod that changed that up. That's good. Yeah, I'm sure there's mods to switch it up a little bit at least. Yeah, I'm in the same boat in Sig. Yeah, that's good. Not a lot of space though. Yeah, I mean that's the thing for a lot of places like that. It's like there's gonna be some kind of downside. Even living here, I've liked living here a lot, and I'll be you know, kind of sad to leave it when I move out, to move in with Gracie. But you know, I'll very much be upgrading in many ways. It'll be an upgrade overall in my life. But there'll be a part of me that'll be sad to leave this place.
Today you
but
die.
let me just get stuck on the wall. But like, yeah, even looking at it in that sense, I can recognize that, yeah, this place is nice. It's very nice, but there are things where it's like, if I had a magic wand, there's things I would also like to have had the ability to switch up. I didn't actually read the entirety of that message. I think we just got level 75 though, which means we are an expert. So we reduced resistances, which is nice. So yeah, we're getting spicier. Perfect. He had pants, but he wasn't wearing them. What a Chad. Based, as we say. $200 1 month because of summer, right? Yeah, NSIG, yeah. I haven't had it get that high. Again, I think like a month or two ago, it was like 130, 140. That was pretty up there. Maybe check. See if I got like a recent notification. Here we go. So my one last month was $92. Not too bad. The month before that was only $56. But yeah, back in April, it was 120. And in March, it was 160. February was 170. Yeah, that's where the heat, I think, is where it gets me. That's where it gets spicy. 1 bedroom apartment, yeah. That's frustrating, bud. Yeah, that's shitty. 1 bedroom as well. Yeah, my old place was, it was 1 bedroom, but it gave you like it gave you 1 bedroom sized room and then a second room that you could maybe squeeze a bedroom out of, but it would have been a pretty tight fit, pretty tight squeeze. Armor skill increase. Well, that's the only thing I can repair, so I guess I'll drop this, but yeah, it'd be a pretty tight squeeze. So officially it was 1 bedroom, but could maybe be a 2 bedroom. This place is a 2 bedroom. And I only use the 1 bedroom, obviously, as a bedroom. And trash dumpster set up, yeah. I'm trying to remember if I had to pay for trash, because they had dumpsters set up, but I think I still had to pay. It wasn't much. Like trash and sewage and water wasn't that expensive per month. It was, those 3 things together were probably less than $20 a month. So that, honestly, I didn't really even mind those too much, but electric was kind of awful sometimes, obviously, especially in the winter months. Also, Cybermentor, good to see you, bud. $10 for only 20 channels. It was like $50 for what would the equivalent of basic cable. So 50, 60 or so channels, probably. $1 a channel, more or less. And again, that was 2011. They've probably switched it up since then. Maybe it's even worse now. Part of me is afraid to ask or afraid to inquire further into the mines. Let's go further into mines. Let's freaking do it. I'm gonna save real quick, just because I haven't saved in a hot minute. Yeah, very spicy. Do I look like Tobey Maguire? Cyber, I appreciate that, because I find Tobey Maguire is back on the positive side of internet, like internet opinions. There was a point in time where Tobey Maguire was like, it's kind of like Keanu Reeves, where people like, you know, there were some movies he was in where maybe not everyone's favorite, kind of a punching bag of sorts. But in the intervening years, people have come around, and he is remembered more fondly, or enjoyed more fondly, much like how our Lord and Savior Keanu Reeves has. So I'm flattered to be compared to Tobey Maguire, or Keanu for that matter. Because I think it's a positive. It's a positive dude to be compared to. And to my surprise, I've had many people say I look like him, and honestly, I don't see it. But when I think of Tobey Maguire, I think of Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. More specifically 1 and 2, where he was clean shaven. But now he's got a beard, and when I see him, I go, oh, I kind of see it. So thank you, Cyber. I appreciate that. That's sweet. Even though I might not see it necessarily, I still appreciate that. It's very nice. Let's drop some stuff because I have way too much shit in my inventory. Yeah, I got these ridiculous fortified personality potions. They're funny. They're like it's entertaining to me. How silly they are. Unless there was any other low-hanging fruits I should drop, but that's probably the most goodest. Our poor equipment is very, very beat up right now. Let's get these ridiculous fortified personality potions. Just start shucking some of those things off. Start bleeding those things out. $55. It's not too bad, Insig. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I fell behind in chat. Yeah, it's true. I'm a little slow sometimes. Sometimes when you're gaming. Sometimes when you're a pro Oblivion gamer in training. I mean, when you're a pro gamer in training, you can make lots of excuses. That's what I'm doing.
Die, Kirk.
Bonk. Ah. Yeah, sometimes my shit gets backed up. Now there's medication that can help with that, but yes. Yes, it's true. Sometimes the shit gets a little bit backed up. Sometimes you gotta stick a finger in there and wiggle it around a little bit to unplug the works. Ungunk it up. Enjoyed more fondly. More fondling. Fondlingly enjoying the fondle. Alright, I'll stop. Anyway, again, another really cool battle axe. I mean, I like that we're seeing Dwarven gear. As in Morrowind, Dwarven gear was like, ooh, that's the top tier shit. Maybe not top tier, but up there tier kind of shit. Dane Dayan. Now I'll confess, I don't know who that is, but now I want to look this up. Caught my curiosity, Kimder. Let's see who this is. We need fortified personality. Wait, no, wait, Insig. Are you trying to imply that this handsome lad, that this caricature of masculine sexual prowess has an undesirable personality? With an underbite that prominent, you really can't go wrong. Their personality is literally our worst stat in the game, so maybe you're onto something. Maybe you're onto something. Who's this lad? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I remember this guy. Here, I'll show you. We can all look at this together. I lied, you can't see anything. Wait, why can't you see anything? Monitor 1. Oh, I had to click it, okay. This guy, yeah. I don't know if I see it myself. I do like this guy. I've seen him in I'm trying to think what I've seen him in. Maybe if he had a beard. Maybe that, yeah. With a beard. There he is. Is that the same person? Are we sure that's the same person? Dude, I don't know. I mean, maybe this was like 20 years ago. Because he's mostly clean shaven. Yes, there he is. There's Dane Dion. I'm probably mispronouncing his name. There's Dane. There he is. Yeah, so I guess there's not a lot of bearded pictures of him. Interesting though. I mean, I think he's a handsome guy. So that's a positive dude to be compared to. So I will take that as a compliment. Thank you. I will gladly accept that. Alex, you look just like, who's like the stereotypical handsome Hollywood actor that everyone fawns over. Like, well, it's like the go-to Ryan Gosling. It's like you're the spitting image of Ryan Gosling. Oh, please, you're too kind, but you're also correct. You're also objectively accurate. Said nobody. The eyes are different. Sometimes it's hard. Like I don't do a good job of pointing out what's like a person someone looks like. Like I feel like I have, that's a skill that I do not have, of like looking at somebody and like and thinking of celebrities that they resemble. For others or for myself for that matter. So yeah, there've been many occasions where somebody would be like, "Oh, you look so like so and so." And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like either I hear that levied towards somebody else or towards myself, and it's like I'm not sure if I see it. But more often than not, it is a positive comparison. Now, if somebody were to say, Alex, you are the spitting image of Steve Buscemi. It's like, really, Steve Buscemi? I would thank him. I would thank them because he's the handsomest man in Hollywood. Now, like years ago, I would have been, you know, all memes aside, if someone would have said, oh, Alex, you remind me of Willem Dafoe. On the one hand, I would have been like, oh, he's kind of an odd-looking lad. But he apparently has and I think the exact phrase was, distractingly large penis. I think there was some movie he was in where they had to have a stunt double for his nude scenes because, like, everybody was too distracted. They were like, I can't deal with this. Apparently his penis is literally distractingly large was the phrase. So nowadays, being compared to Willem Dafoe is like, oh, damn, son, I must be doing something right. Damn, I'm a little something. So, sometimes it's not, you know, book and its cover, etc., etc. Sometimes things are not what they seem, and sometimes what might be at the surface level to be an unsavory comparison can be quite flattering. Arnold Schwarzenegger, yes, I resemble Arnold Schwarzenegger, verbatim. If you like removed his legs and then sapped 98% of his muscle mass, then I would have a similar height and bulk to him, maybe. How do you do, Philikids? Bing Crosby, yes, I look exactly like Bing Crosby, and I sound like him too. No, I will not sing for you. I will spare you the torment. Their door behind us. They shoot us with arrows? Like I'd like to pick arrows out of myself like a pincushion. Well, that's annoying. I'm trying to scroll up. Or I'm trying to, like, zoom in. Let's scroll in my chat up. Is there anything else back this way? No, that's the only way to go. Now, what awaits us here? One person there. They're mean, presumably. We have multiple peeps. Lucky us. I somehow missed both of them. Oh, I was hoping he would shoot and hit this lad. Hit his homie. Bonk. Yeah, he blocked that shit. Didn't matter. Yeah, the AI is unfortunately smart about not wanting to shoot their buddies. When I would really prefer they not be smart and shoot their dudes in the back of the dick.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry?
What did he say? Are you talking shit or are you running away like a chump? Insig redeemed Bomber Friend had said sing. Now, I don't know what color sing for us is. Do you have a Bomber Friend you'd like us to switch off to, Insig? Because if not, I can just refund you the points, but... Oh my god.
Show me what you've got.
Getting stun locked by arrows. Can I block arrows? Kinda. Okay, now I resemble a pincushion, probably. Oh, I don't. Look at that. They bounced off me, I suppose. The beast bracelet. Yeah, agreed. That is one thing that's very strange to me. Is, I mean, Morrowind takes place, I don't know how long, but sometime before the events of Oblivion, so maybe there's a ridiculous lore explanation for why suddenly the beast's legs are all completely normalified in this game. Like, you know, an attempt to make it less ridiculous, but I don't know if I believe it. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Hey, do you like that? I don't know why OBS does this sometimes. You are backed up. You are backed up. We were talking earlier about getting backed up earlier. So, somehow, OBS has gained focus. Despite, I'm clicking in this in my game. Oh, now it's good. Okay. Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. Let me Alt-Tab. Let me click around a little bit, because that's like a concern that I have sometimes. Whenever I'm streaming this game especially, it locks the cursor down, but sometimes it still lets me interact with other menus, like other windows and other monitors. So my cursor is still locked in-game, but it still registers clicks elsewhere. I'm always worried I'm gonna like click stop streaming or stop recording unknowingly in OBS. And Oblivion is one of the few games where this happens. So I don't think it's an OBS problem. I think it's more of an Oblivion quirk, but it's very frustrating because like sometimes I'm like I'll use my mouse wheel to scroll into something, and suddenly my chat window is scrolled up and I can't see anything. So it's like, oh my, so absurd. Okay, and so yeah, I'll refund your points when once the stream is over. I'll get you the goods. But anyway. He had elven arrows. I'll take those. They're mine now. Chainmail boots. What boots do I currently have? They were probably made for walking. That's just what they'll do. Fortify speed. That is more beneficial for me. I'll keep it that way. Boop. Oh, see, I do have an arrow stuck in me. I have several. Ooh, that's probably an unfortunate place to be stuck by, but I don't see him in there, so I guess it's fine. Maybe they're just visual only wounds. It's only a 6-year difference. That's not too bad, actually. I thought it was like much longer in the future. So the Neverine might still be alive.
Your presence here will
That is assuming that the events of Morrowind are canon. That the good end happened. Oh, and that means the spoiler that happened to Kvatch that ended very shortly after the events of Morrowind then. You see, actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's in Skyrim. As I've heard that, yes, that spoiler happens to Kvatch. The city of Kvatch, that is. And you, like, hear about it, or maybe even see it yourself in one of these games. But maybe that's Skyrim, actually, which is much more in the future. Oh, thank you, JD. Thanks for helping that out. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's tricky getting to that menu from here. In fact, I don't even think I can through my chatbot. I'd have to just go through a browser. So thank you, JD. That's very helpful. Mouse problems. Yeah, it's a personal... yes, mouse performance, rather. Natural mouse enhancement pills will solve all my problems. Oh my god. I mean, I'll send it to her. Oh god, so the reaction will be something along the lines of either what the fuck or I don't know who that is, because I don't know who that is. Elgaso. Elgaso knows that I am awful. Well, actually, that's the end of that sentence. But I'm especially awful when it comes to history. I am horrible at knowing things about history. And Elgaso is very smart about historical things. So there is that ever so slight disparity sometimes means that he knows things that I don't know. Very rarely. It's very, very infrequent. Should General Secretary Leonid. I'm definitely gonna pronounce his name correctly. Brezhnev? Brezhnev. Did I spell it right? B-R-E-Z. Have plucked his eyebrows. Question mark. Alright, message sent. Yeah, she might be asleep, so if we don't get an answer tonight, Elgaso, I will message you on Discord, or I'll post it in Discord tomorrow. It was abandoned. Well, and I don't want to like get too much into it because it's a kind of a spoiler. I like it's been spoiled for me, obviously. But yeah, a spoiler happens to Vivek because of a thing that, yeah, it's you know, the reasons for things happening to it is no, I mean, if you've played Morrowind and you know, pay attention to certain lore aspects, then it's pretty clear what will eventually happen to it.
Who's there?
Oh my god. Full magic bar takes it out. Bandit. Nameless bandit. Or maybe that is her name. I don't know. Tell me to Google him. I might be able to alt-tab now. We were able to earlier, actually, because we looked up that one guy. It's like 50-50 on if we can alt-tab in Oblivion. Sometimes we can do it. Sometimes the game is forgiving. Compared to his his eyebrows, yeah. If his eyebrows are incredible. Actually, now I gotta see. Let's. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I can correctly alt tab. Leonid. Snev. Poof. Those are some eyebrows, all right. Some impressive brows. He doesn't look at the internet. He said, or I fucked the joke up. I don't look at the internet. I browse. There he is. There's Leonid. Yep, there's Leonid. Why are we comparing him to? Oh, okay, maybe there's, yeah. Guess it depends. That's not so bad here, but yeah, here that is untamed. Untamed face caterpillar. 2 of them even. Read the diary entries. Oh, like the journal? Well, yeah, some quests you do have to lean pretty heavily on the journal, on like notes from the journal, unless you have just a very good memory or you're taking notes. But yeah, there are some quests where, yeah, it's like, oh crap, what page was that on? Let me thumb through it again, because sometimes there's like details that you need to go back for, like following directions, or you're looking for that one NPC. Repair hammer. Yeah, some quests especially have a lot of journal entries. Part of the experience, and I love it, but yeah, I know that I think very fair criticism could be levied against the journal system. I think it was very, very good, or at least very improved when I'm on fire. Oh, I'm kind of stuck. Oh, there we go. The Game of the Year edition improved it significantly because it gave you the search, or not search function, but the index function, which was, oh, I can't see shit. Oh, it's because of her axe. I thought it was the arrow lady.
Now you will know pain.
I am very stuck. I am very stuck. Oh, I'm stuck in the wall. Stuck. Uh-oh. Can't move. Uh-oh. I think I might have glitched into the wall. Okay, well, you might need to kill me because I cannot move. Yeah, I am inside the wall, I think. Oh, it's because I'm encumbered. Oh, it's because they shot me with so many arrows. Okay, well, that's okay. Hopefully it auto-saved. Just about to find out. It did not auto-save, by the way. That's cool. Yeah, sometimes the game auto-saves when you enter new regions. A lot of times it doesn't. So that's my bad. I should have saved before I got in there. Overconfident. It's frustrating because 19. So it did autosave 35 minutes ago when we first entered this area. But I guess since it's a new instance, sometimes it counts and other times it doesn't.
It's a fight.
Oh, well. think there's more of that a ways.
You die! Jump on my sword while you can!
I think all this yelling would notify the people down that way. And the sounds of spells getting cast. They don't seem to mind, I guess. Sermon 0 and 737. I mean, in game, of course, I've read them, but I've never actually read them, like, with my own eyeballs before. Like, paged through them myself. They're not that lengthy, but I've never, like, sat down and gone through them. But I've heard there's a bonus 37. I didn't realize there was a Sermon 0, though. That is news to me. Once again, there's many arrows in us. Oh god, they went all the way through. That looks awful. They like to shoot me in the stomach, specifically. I guess they look for center of gravity. But yeah, again, I don't see any actual arrows in me. In my inventory, so I guess it's just a visual thing. Yeah, the indexing system in the Game of the Year edition, or one of the expansions. Yeah, it was a welcomed improvement. Still a bit cumbersome. Although, speaking plainly, I don't know if this game is as much better. I guess it is nice that you can specify an active quest. That's kind of nice. But yeah, and I guess yeah, you can click a quest and like see its lineage. Like I guess that is kind of nice. Like, see all the previous notes about it. Oh, crap. I actually didn't want to click it, though. Well, I clicked it. I didn't want to, like, set it as my active quest. Go back to the main quest. This one. So that's kind of nice. But still, if I'm looking for a specific quest, I'm having to, like, scroll around. I'm having to, like... I guess the fact that they're more segmented out is kind of nice. Whereas in the Morrowind system, you might have some entries that are doubled or tripled up. So it was a little bit less consistent in the Morrowind days. So it's still a little bit clunky, but yeah, it is, I guess in all fairness, quite improved. They're available online. Yeah, I've never actually read them before. Sermon 0. Oh, does Sermon 0, like, remove, like, retcon a bunch of shit? Or, like, fuck up the lore? Because I have not heard that. I'm guessing Sermon 0 isn't lore, like, isn't legit then, like, isn't canon. If it's the kind of thing where you're not expected to get it in-game. Flammable touch. She seems to have a flammable touch. She reaches in and slowly lights you on fire. God, these spells are kind of awful, though. The weakness to fire is kind of nice, but 4 points for 5 seconds. 20 damage over 5 seconds is kind of awful, especially for a touch spell. Weakness to fire might, you know, would help, but still, I don't know. I'm not convinced that that's worth at all. Oh, you shot the rat earlier. Good job. Oh my god, she's fast. That was a very forgiving aiming reticle because I definitely missed there. Oh, out of juice. Oh, she's dead. I thought she had one more hit left in her. Bow woman. Yeah, that fortified personality. That's the good stuff. Bloop. Excuse me. Let's see. I cannot pick this one because it's average lockpick. Or average lock, that is. I've so far only found spells for opening very easy and easy. Eventually we'll get the good stuff, but for now we're limited. So Sermon 0 is part of the actual lore then, but it Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, yes, yes. I think I've heard about this. I think somebody told me about it in a recent stream, where Vivek's intentions became more obvious. Because yeah, there were indications of this in Morrowind. That when it's revealed that the spoiler happened in Morrowind, that well, not in Morrowind, but before the events of Morrowind, but this spoiler is revealed to you, that, you know, it's up to the player to kind of determine whose story to believe. You know, is Vivek's story correct? Is the other person's? Is this or that? And yes, yeah, the actual lore answer, I believe, states that yes, is that that certain intentions that were whisperings of certain intentions turned out to be correct. What's up, Corey? She was the cur. I think that's what it was, Corey. I think we held up a mirror and said, like, no, you, and then she just fell over and her head exploded. So we didn't even touch her. But we hit her with the I know you are, but what am I? And it ruptured her spleen and she fell over. The psychic damage was too strong. Okay, I realize you all want a piece of the action, but I only have so much juice to give. Ouch. Do your worst, she says as she runs away. Damn it, she's very smart about this. She's wisely getting distance. Couldn't help her, though. Yeah, she was smartly backing off every time I was taking a swing. She was, unfortunately, being very smart. Yeah, I mean, allegedly, and again, we're getting into pretty heavy spoiler territory here, so I wouldn't want to go too deep into this. But that's one of the major plot points of Morrowind, and kind of a juncture for the player to try to piece together is whose side is to be believed, and the question of how it impacts the main story. And again, without spoiling too much, I'll just say that, yeah, there are limitations on how it actually impacts the actual story, the events of the main game, that is. So we got a fortify endurance spell. Fatigue. Still, yeah, it's so weird. Yes, fortify fatigue. I want to be more tired. I want to be better at being tired. She killed herself with her own logic. And then he'll be like, well, how'd you do it? How'd you do it, sir? How'd you do it, Mr. Super Hobbit? And I said, well, I said, I know you are, but what am I? And then as the words leave my lips, his like face shrivels up like a raisin, and then like his skin melts away and his skull becomes visible, and then he keels over, and I go, oh no, I did it again. It's too powerful. It's too much, man. It just takes people out left and right. This kind of power needs to be wielded very carefully, as it can cause lots of damage in its wake. Oh, I thought that was it. I was so confident we were all good. Now I'm missing all the shots that I'm taking. It's an Archer Man's. Hi-ya! I like when he's running away and aiming as he's running. Like, aiming the direction he's running. It's like GoldenEye. Oh my god. Shit. Some bullshit, man. Aha, he says. He sounds so pleased with himself. Like, I'm doing a good job. Get that cool dagger. He's very fast. He's also very dead. Columbo. Oh, the... okay, so I actually don't know who it is. I don't know, like, what the references are, but I know it's from, like, an old TV show. Because I know people have posted some very fun memes featuring this lad. But I don't know who he is, and I don't know what show he's from. But yeah, people like will do like very good impressions of him. It's very fun. Hey, one more thing. One more thing, miss, before I go. It's a very, very like recognizable accent. Need more magic to get more juice. Hydrate, thank you, insect. He's a detective, yeah. Yeah, I know he's a detective, but I don't know what he's from necessarily. Oh, the show is just called Columbo? Oh, really, yeah. Because I don't recognize it. I mean, I grew up in an era where Nick at Night reruns were pretty frequent. So, you know, I've seen, like, I Love Lucy. I've seen Gilligan's Island. Like, a bunch of shows, presumably from that era. But yeah, I never heard of Columbo until, like, I started seeing the memes pop up. And everybody else knew who he was. I was like, well, damn, I just missed this one. I'm missing out. Or I missed out, rather. Alright, so now I'm gonna autosave, or I'm gonna manually save, because autosave... Maybe it only autosaves when you first enter an instant. Like, first enter a dungeon, or like a new area. Because I thought it autosaved in like, different instances, but kind of only sometimes. But yeah, maybe the common thread here is that it's only when you first enter a named place from the outside, like from an outside cell. Yeah, Matlock. Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of like detective stuff. It's so dark. I have to light up my bad guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Ouch! Oh, she's got a fucking warhammer. No wonder. Slow and heavy and mean and scary. Can I get some health back, please? I think that her attack hit, but I guess mine was too far away. That's a dwarven warhammer. It's scary shit. If I can pop one heal, I think that'll be enough to carry me. I was gonna say that block, I think that gave me the edge. That pop and then the follow-up, the riposte. Yeah, Dwarven Warhammer. Thing's a freaking bastard of a weapon. And we are off with blunt weapons, so it does us no good. But yeah, they all had dwarven weapons. Not full of gear, obviously, but still weapons. Spicy shit. It's emblematic of the level scaling that everybody loves. So, like, the reruns would be shown from time to time. Yeah, it sounds like I missed out. Perry Mason, Dragnet, Night Court. I recognize the name Night Court, but the other names I do not recognize. Dragnet and Perry Mason. Yeah, I never watched Night Court. I'm aware of it, but I've never actually seen it. The Dwarven weapons, they are very good. They are very good. I'm hoping... I've never actually seen a sword. We've seen daggers, and now we're seeing axes and warhammers, but I've yet to see a dwarven longsword in this game. But I hope to, because that'd be a suitable upgrade, I think. On PBS. Maybe I would know it if I saw the face. Yeah, I don't recognize it off the top of my head. Oh, Brent Spiner was in it? That's cool. Yeah, I've never actually seen it. I haven't heard that it's bad, but yeah, I just when I hear the name, I think of it being kind of obscure, kind of an oddball show. Red Letter Media. Oh, that's why. I haven't watched Red Letter Media in a long time, and I've only seen a couple of their videos. I like them, but I it became clear to me early on that I wouldn't be able to keep up with the videos they make, just because there's so many videos that are kind of in their backlog, or videos that they've made that I feel I would like need to watch to be able to like be apprised of how they run their show. If you just watch the latest Red Letter Media video with no other context, there's a lot of things that I find easy to miss. It's like I feel like I would need to do my homework. It's a bit intimidating. I like your hairstyle, dead treasure hunter. Sorry about the sword thing. Oh, okay, I guess I made it better. I helped. I'll take your necklace. And your pants? No, I won't take his pants. Never take a dead man's pants from him. Leave him some dignity. I like your hair. You know why I like his hair? Guess it's my hair too. Mine's a little bit differently colored, but mine's more shiny. That's what years of not washing your hair does. Makes it glisten in the sunlight. It's so nice. The review shows. I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, I've only watched a few of the videos and I liked them, but I remember thinking like, all right, clearly there's like a lot of gags and like recurring things that I didn't quite understand. And I was like, oh, there's probably things I would need to watch to be able to understand, get the full experience out of. They've been around for quite a while, so. Harder to get caught up sometimes. Look at that, we got lots of magic left over. Yeah, cut a little hole in the top. That'd be incredible. Corey, that'd be wonderful. A strategic hair slot. In Scrubs, JD had the character JD, not the IRL friend that is in the chat JD, but the Scrubs JD character rode a moped around, and he would wear a helmet, but the helmet had like an extra floof, like an extra kind of curve at the top, so it didn't mash his hair down. Called it a hairmet. So yes, what we need is a hairmet. Then we'd be in business. We could call it a strategic air vent, you know. We could say it has strategic purpose. Like Corey remembers when we used to play EDF, or Earth Defense Force. And actually what I meant to say is we used to play EDF. That every like other mission, we would get a prompt from the overseers in game, the administrators, and they'd be like, remember, wing divers wear little armor to remain agile and nimble in the battlefield. And then you look at the wing diver armor, and it's like they're all female, all of them, and it's like, how do I say this in a gentlemanly fashion? Like, I don't think the armor needs to be formed like a skirt, or that it needs to be formed like a bra. I'll also say that it's armor, but it allows copious jiggling, I guess is how I'll phrase it. So the game tries really hard to be like, now remember, we gave them little armor. We promise it's legit, okay? We promise it's because we need them to be light and nimble in the battlefield. It's definitely for legit scientific purposes. And then you look at them, and you're like, okay, I got you. Scientific purposes. So we need something like that for this guy. We need something to be like, now remember, the Sadge Maroon has strategic holes in the helmet to allow his head to breathe. As he's casting magic so often, he needs a heat vent. And it's like, okay, whatever you say. Whatever you want to tell yourself. In fact, that was a plot point in Phantasy Star Online during like the story. There's like one cutscene where like somebody just straight up asks another character, it's like, "Well, you wear really revealing clothing," and they were like, "Well, yeah, it allows me to absorb photons through the air clicker more easily." It's like, oh yes, that's definitely why. We need to find excuses or explanations that make us sound less like degenerates. Have I seen the friend of mine, JD, who's in the chat, and JD, I mean, the actor's name, Zach Braff, in the same room together? I have not. Now, I've never seen JD in person. I've only interacted with him over the internet. And I've never met Zach Braff, although I would fucking love to. Holy shit, can you imagine? I hope he's like a fucking weirdo. I hope in like a goofy way. I know he used to have a bit of an ego. Apparently he used to be kind of a prick, but it seems like he's mellowed out quite a bit over the years. And him and Donald Faison, the guy who played Turk, are like legit best buddies. I'd love to meet them both. Now, who I would have loved to have met was Sam Lloyd, the guy who played Ted from Scrubs, but sadly he passed away a couple years ago, and I'm still sad about it. Ted was my favorite character in that show, and I'm so fucking sad. He was a very good actor too, and had a very nice singing voice. Oh my god, they're all gonna swarm me. Oh, I almost had them too, damn it. Yeah, they're just running back and forth. I think they're just running laps. I'm down here. Want to come down and play? I'll let they want to come down and play. I'm half expecting them to come down that way. I guess it came from this direction. Yeah, it could loop around maybe. Schoolgirls with, yes, yeah, schoolgirl with like, but like armored skirts and armored, you know, I guess they were, I mean, you know, midriffs were exposed and copious Robertsons were on display, so it's a schoolgirl outfit that would probably be banned in most schools. Correctly so, probably. Shooting dwarven arrows too, that's the fancy shit. Guess I have to bring the party to them. Alexander the Great wore a battle skirt. There's an anime where that was like a thing. That was like how they all dressed. And I think the anime was called Alexander the Great or something like that. But yeah, I don't know how much that was based out of reality. He didn't fly over people who could luck up to it. Dude, imagine though. Now, Agalsa, you're a very knowledgeable lad when it comes to history, but can you say for certain that Alexander the Great didn't have a magic jetpack that recharged on its own? And large jiggling tits? We don't know. We weren't there. Also, I guess I got turned around because I thought... Yeah, I've already been here. We're just running laps up there. I'm surprised they're not getting tired. They're gonna wear themselves out by the time I arrive. Well, now wait a second. Oh, look how the dwarven quiver look. That looks really neat, actually. I'm confused, though. There's dead people on both sides. So, we've been here, too? We couldn't have been in both places. Silver arrows. Unless I'm like... Yeah, we've already been here. Yeah, there's that guy. So he definitely would have come from this way. I guess I just saw that other path and didn't venture down it earlier. I thought I would have remembered. Gray Fox Edgar to hide the face. That's the moneymaker. That's right. Yeah, that's the goods. That's more or less, for better or for worse, is what we're known by. Yeah, it's a ladder leading up. So it begs the question, how the hell do I get up there then? Because again, levitation is banned. which is fucking absurd because it's the best spell in the game. Morrowind, not the best, but one of the most fun things to play with in Morrowind. Maybe there was another path I just missed in the earlier areas. Because yeah, so far as I can tell, there's no way up there from here. And in fact, there's no instance, as we would probably see on the map right here. So, yeah, maybe we're just not allowed to get up there. Ouch. I guess I could still hit him with the zappies. Plump. So we can still do that, which is satisfying, but can't follow up on it, which is a shame. Have them in my lockpicks, though. We would have heard about it if he had a magic jetpack and ample bosom. We probably would have. That seems like the kind of thing that would have come up at some point in the history books. Yeah, more than just a gray colored bikini. Yeah, what if it's a sparkly bikini though? The sparkles means it has special properties. Metal to keep the legs from getting fat. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If what you're calling a battle skirt is what I'm thinking it is, then yeah, it's like it has legitimate uses, like legitimate benefits. But saying the word battle skirt is just more fun though. Well, sadly, this might be the end of the line here. I was really hoping that there'd be, like, I don't know, something up there. And there probably is, but no clue how to get up there. I mean, unless I can, like, cheese it by jumping up the wall or something. But, and our acrobatics is quite high, or jumping is quite high, but it's not really enough to be able to swing it, I don't think, yeah. Yeah, that is one unfortunate thing about this game, is that levitation isn't in the game, isn't in this game or Skyrim. And apparently the lore explanation is that, oh well, the Empire outlawed it. Like, okay, well the Empire outlawed many things that are still very much available in this game, so it seems kind of silly. What it really comes down to was the developers saying, like, yeah, we don't want them to have that much freedom. And in all fairness, levitation did kind of fuck some things up in Morrowind. It allowed you to do some very silly things. So, I recognize why they would want to limit the player in that sense, but still, I'm a little sad about it. Kind of an anticlimactic end to this dungeon, but them's the breaks. Murder is outlawed. Well, and the game is constantly reminding you how they've outlawed necromancy. Yet there's skeletons abound, and you can summon ancestral ghosts and summon skeletons yourself, so they can outlaw things all they want, but it is still very copious in this game. But yeah, you never see levitation though. Levitation has truly been wiped from the face of the earth. Battle kilt. I've heard about tactical kilts. Tacticilts. I had for many years there, I went with some friends to Magfest, and there was a few dudes that were like mainstays in the Magfest community who like ran some of the chiptune shows, that kind of thing. And there were like 2 or 3 of them that were known for primarily wearing kilts. That was just a very comfortable thing that they enjoyed wearing. It was very recognizable. You know, if you see a guy walking around with a kilt on and a Magfest badge, they're probably a person of notoriety. And 2 of them in particular, like the kilts that they wore weren't like traditional Scottish kilts. They were more modern kilts with lots of pockets. So they were like tactical kilts, tacticilts. Outlaw jumping too high. That's right. Yeah. Well, look what happened to him, Corey. He himself got dunked upon. says preemptive anti-dunking measures weren't enough for him, sadly. Yeah, he was trying to preempt people outballing him. Yet here we are. Cupcakes. Cupcakes can be, you know, valid. I find that too much icing can be a deal breaker for me personally, but they're all right. Cupcakes can do all right. There's some pretty nice cupcake places around here that do, like, not like that you pay $5, you get like a dozen cheap ones with fuck tons of frosting. There's some places around here that do some pretty nice ones. But I don't usually eat a ton of sweets though, so I don't indulge too often. Magfest was awesome. I haven't been in several years, but I went 4 years in a row with some friends from college. It was always such a blast. Some of my happiest, like, nerdiest, indulgent moments were experienced at Magfest, and it was great. The problem with Magfest is that it's very popular, and it's like it's to the point now where tickets are starting to sell out each year. Maybe not since the pandemic, but definitely pre-pandemic. It was hard to get tickets, and 1,000 times harder to get a hotel room. Getting a hotel room in the convention itself was already a challenge, but that became so much harder as like, you know, the convention became more and more popular. And even getting a convention like in the same city getting a hospital, getting a hotel room or Airbnb within the same city of the convention was itself becoming just too much. So after a certain point, I was just like, I think it's too much for me. It'd be one thing if I lived nearby, or if I like knew more people in that area where I could like stay with them, you know, like, or like share rooms, that kind of thing. But it's just not worth it. It became too much of a hassle. And it was one thing when I was single, you know, and it was easier to just like, you know, kind of fuck off and do my own thing for a while. Whereas now, if I'm taking a trip like that, it's like, well, I only have so much PTO, and I should do more things that allow Gracie to go along with me. And I don't think she would really enjoy something like MagFest. So I feel like it'd be like a very kind of a self-centered thing for me to just kind of go off on my own for. So maybe one of these days there's always Mag Classic or Mag West. In fact, Mag West might be more convenient in some ways, but yeah, it's probably not on my radar for a while. But it was a very fun convention. I made a lot of really cool friends there, so lots of very fond memories. Have a good night, Insig. Fellow Elder Scrolls enthusiasts, that's right. So we can see above, right there's Kvatch. Oof, that's a lot of fall damage. So this is like the makeshift Kvatch. So it was that one dude who was running around constantly, and I don't know where he is now.
How could the Nine let this happen? Are they angry with us?
Yeah, you can even see it from here. Where you could earlier, maybe not so much now, but the smoldering ruins.
Late at night, while we were all asleep, the door to Oblivion opened. Deidre came out and set fire to the town.
Speak up, please.
Many people died, but some got out alive.
I know I've fucked with this before. I guess I need to turn the music down. It's like I've got voice all the way up, and that's like they're whispering. It's like, could you speak up, please? I can't hear shit.
You mean the priest? I don't think he made it out of the city. Very few of us did it. But Savli and Mattias might know more. He's in charge of the city guard that are defending the camp. You'll find him at the barricade at the top of the road. He's still trying to hold what's left of the guard together.
Thanks for the info, fam. Oh, she's like melted into the bedroll. It is past midnight, and it is raining, and people are just walking around.
I don't have much. I lost everything. I don't like to talk about it. I don't remember much. I woke to screaming and fire. I ran. I was lucky. I survived. My friends weren't so lucky. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Fine wares. Well, I could sell some things. I don't have... She has a lot of things. She doesn't have a lot of money, but she has a lot of things. Yeah, I will just sell some stuff to her. Things that, like selling these things to her wouldn't make sense, the 2 staves. But other things for sure. Actually, I should go back to the other armor. She's like, appreciate your business. And then when I exit the menu, she's like, leave me alone. So, all right, sorry, lady. Oh, I already have it equipped. Yeah, the fox
Leave
armor.
me alone. Go on.
Leave me alone. Then she says, okay, just
Can I
kidding.
interest
You can
in
sell me
some of
things.
my wares?
So I don't need 2 of these. Actually, maybe better to repair it first. Emotionless. Well, she had emotions. They just were inconsistent. She was like, thanks for your business. Have a look at my wares. Then we exit the menu. And she's just like, get the fuck away from me. It's like, all right, sorry, lady. Sell one of those. Yeah, fire shield or just better. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of that. Keep all those. Oh wow, that is awful. The flawed pearl. I thought it would have a higher value than that. That's actually pretty shitty. Even a regular pearl isn't very good.
Deal. Another satisfied customer. If it's broken,
And then the
I
most
can fix
important
it.
thing is getting things repaired. Thankfully, it doesn't cost too much. It's more of an inconvenience since I can't repair them myself.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. There it is. Yeah, another satisfied customer. Then fuck off. Let's go with probably fortify health. That's the main one. I need to savor the 5 minutes it takes for my armor to get completely murdered, as it is never very much, never very long rather. Like the durability for armor, especially in this game, is incredibly brief. Like after one dungeon, it's like, well, my shit is fucked completely. Also, Wired Wolf, thank you for that raid, buddy. So realize I do not have my little window open. Excellent, thank you, Wired Wolf, for that raid. How you doing, man? How was your stream? Oh, Psychonauts, nice, man. Is it your first playthrough, or have you played through it before? Getting into it without involving yeah, I usually try to avoid, especially if it's from this game or from Skyrim, which I've yet to play. So Morrowind spoilers, I mean, you know, these are all games that have been out for quite some time.
The smell.
So it's not, you know,
Smoke
the
and
worst thing
fire.
ever, but I usually try to avoid it.
In the
Try to
ruins.
minimize it. Doing great. That's awesome, man.
You
Yeah,
picked
how's
a bad
Psychonauts
time
going?
to visit
We're playing
Kvatch.
Oblivion, by the way. Like I said just a little bit earlier, this is I'm in the midst of my first playthrough. And for those who know this game, you'll recognize we have happened upon what is remaining of Kvatch,
Go look for yourself.
which is not much.
The town is gone, and most of its people.
Place got
The
bamboozled by an
Daedra
Oblivion
came out of
gate.
the gate in the middle of the night. People who fought died. People who ran, they at least had a chance.
So you played it when it first came out. Yeah, it was an OG Xbox game. It was a simpler
Only
time, man.
quality goods for
And then, of
sale
course,
here.
there's
What
Psychonauts
can I
2,
interest
which
you in?
I'm amazed was made because Psychonauts 1 was famously a very well received game that sold very poorly. So I was shocked that they signed on to make a second one and that it even came out. But it exists. It's in the wild now. Yeah, that's a very good point, Corey. I think I'd be inclined to agree. I understand the realism aspect of maintaining your armor or your equipment, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know of an instance where it's made the game better. I mean, I guess it's a bar you have to react to, and in video games we like reacting to bars, or at least developers and designers think we like reacting to bars. You know, hunger meters, corruption meters, sanity meters, what have you. You know, durability is yet another one of those, for better for worse. So I mean, I think it makes sense for like the simulation games, games that attempt to be more simulatory, but I'm not sure Elder Scrolls games would really be gunning for that level of realism. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, it is a little silly. Now, speaking of things that are a little silly, time to sell a bunch of my dumb potions, and I have many. Damage willpower, damage health, damage all the things. Maybe they're trying to go off some other older system. I mean, I guess in Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know, I guess I don't really know if there was like durability in like older D&D campaigns. It wouldn't shock me. Yeah, I'll confess I don't actually know of like D&D systems where that was like a central feature. Paralyzed for actually that's not half bad. Paralyzed for 5 seconds could actually be kind of useful. Cure disease. I'm gonna hang on to those for a bit. I'm probably good on most of these. Dispel. We already have dispel. We have spells to dispel. From like a role-playing perspective. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bummer that it gets in the way of so much, and that it hampers the gameplay in a lot of ways. It's like I know what I recognize what they're going for. Just it's a shame that it cuts into the player's abilities so much. That is a very good restore potion. Yes, restore fatigue at the cost of your speed and your health. It's not even drain health and speed, it's damage, which is to say you can only get it back by healing spells. Completely silly.
That's a fair deal.
A fair deal. Fortify strength. That's alright, I guess. Nah. It's strong, which is not bad, yeah. Well, I'll hang on to it for now.
You got a great deal there.
Fire shield. Healing, sorcery. I don't think I need. Yeah, let's get rid of the weak ones.
That's a fair deal. Tell your friends about me.
I'll tell them all about you.
Farewell.
Farewell. See, she was nice. This other lady was like, get the fuck away from me. Although, maybe there's something about us that is
How could the Nine let this
unsettling
happen?
to some. You know, maybe there's something about us
Angry
that
with us?
turns some people off from us. House rules for the campaign. Oh, that's why. Okay. Something that sounded cool. Yeah, that much I sounds familiar. I think I've heard that it is that the name was something they thought seemed neat. Weed 'em. Well, if you can't weed 'em, join 'em. That's what this. There's a lot of people sleeping right now. There's more people I would like to interact with, so I'm just gonna stand in the rain for 8 hours and just T-pose. Dark rain. Still raining, by the way. Storming, even.
Smell, right? Smoke and fire and something worse in the ruins.
What?
What?
A gate opened and Deirdre poured out. Everybody ran, or they died. I don't know how the fire started, but it burned Kvatch to the ground.
Okay, good. I've been pronouncing it correctly. I was worried that I was saying it wrong this whole time. Like if the K was silent. So now it's morning times. Hey, people are up.
I'm just tired. I can't face it. I have to start over from nothing. We've been hit hard, but we'll come back.
That's the spirit.
It looks bad. It is bad. But we're tough. We'll rebuild. The guards have to clear the ruins first. That won't be easy.
I bet that's
But
where we
I'll
come
be
in.
Here. This is my town. Nothing is driving me out of here.
Hell yeah.
Farewell.
Unbreakable spirit. That's what we like to see.
Welcome to Kvatch. We've had a spot of trouble, as you can see. But I'm open for business.
Reminds me of the Bosmer lad we interacted with all the way back in the Imperial City. The guy whose jig we had to
I really can't tell you what happened.
we had to reveal.
I was in my basement. Suddenly, there was a lot of noise and heat. I stepped outside, and the whole town was on fire. Smoke everywhere. I ran for the gate. I got through the gate and kept running through the woods by the light of the fires. I slept in the woods. I came back in the morning, and Kvatch was gone. There was nothing I could do. I just ran. If I hadn't, I'd be dead.
He was saying he's open for business, but I don't see any trading options.
Seeing you.
You okay, lady? Her mouth was moving. She's just mean mugging. She's just like whispering to herself
I can't face it.
ways in which she wishes to harm us. Which,
Nothing.
again, people see us, and for some reason they
You're
have
not alone.
extreme
The
reactions.
Chapels and the Elder Council will help
Can't
us.
imagine.
It just takes time.
Just takes time. Whenever I'm left to my own devices like this, it's always like, thievery? But then it's like, well, there's really not much benefit. Unless there's things I can actually use. Which is not often the case. Books, though. Books can have knowledge. Disaster at Eonith. Might have already happened upon one of these previously. Figured I'd check to see if it had any quest thingamajiggies. That's cool. Like, I'll bite. I'll take a look here. Because the armor rating is surprisingly high. So it is light armor. Okay, it's really just a light iron shield with a different kind of vibe. Different aesthetic. I'll leave it here just because it would be stolen good anyway. Chainmail helmet. Even if we got a helmet with better armor, I think I would probably stick with our current one for a while, at least because it adds magicka.
Agree with us?
And the more of that, the better. Not sure how much good a couple spikes like this will do, but I appreciate what they're trying.
Keeps me going.
Ilav Dragoner.
Hope is gone. The Imperial line is dead. The Covenant is broken. The enemy has won.
That's the spirit. There's something called Coda. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm guessing that it'll probably be a while before they get there gameplay-wise. Or game-wise, just because there's... You know, they're supposedly working on 6 right now. I don't know how much more there is after that, but...
The Imperial line
Probably
is
be a
dead,
bit.
and the gods have forsaken us.
And then there's ESO, which is its own thing.
Where is our protection? Where are our gods? The enemy triumphs, and we die alone.
Dragoner. I mean, he's acting like it's already all done gone.
Lord Dagon is the enemy. He is the Prince of Destruction, and the Daedra are his servants. The chapel is cast down, and the faithful, my friends, all dead. The enemy is won, and we are destroyed.
All right, good talk.
Things go from bad to worse nowadays.
We already talked about that one. Martin.
If you mean the priest, I don't think he made it out of the city. Very few of us did. But Sam...
Okay, we've already heard that one too.
He seems to be different than your usual self-proclaimed holy man. Maybe what he says is true. That the attack on the Chapel of Devella is just the beginning of an assault on the church itself. You'll find him at the barricade at the top of the road.
All right, cool. Let's go there.
Leave me alone.
It's a comic book, but it never took off. But it is kind of canon. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I've never heard of it before, but although as somebody who, beyond a lot of Morrowind and about 60 hours of Oblivion, there's really actually not a lot I've done with the Elder Scrolls series. See, I've played a lot of Morrowind, and you know, this is my first Oblivion playthrough, but I've never played ESO, and I've never like read any of the additional lore. I've never like followed up on any Elder Scrolls lore beyond what's presented in game, so I'm pretty inexperienced with the series as a whole. Because I know there's, well, actually, I don't know. I'm assuming there's probably like actual books, you know, like written books. There's like an Elder Scrolls cookbook. Like there's like a lot of things that like, you know, real fans can use to engage more with the series. Also, very cool skybox. It's getting more red by the minute. Even reminds me a little bit of Red Mountain. Like a Blightstorm's about to start up anytime soon. Yeah, it's getting more and more red, which is great for me because we love the red and purple. Very menacing vibe. Yeah, there's actual Elder Scrolls books. Yeah, I'm assuming there are. 1,000 years in the future, it'll probably won't happen. Well, I mean, Elder Scrolls is such a popular series, and I mean, Skyrim especially is always a top-selling game because it's on every platform ever, every re-release, and it's just like such a reliably good-selling game. I mean, Bethesda would be foolish to be like, okay, we're done with the series. I would imagine it'll go on forever. I think Todd Howard has even asked like in an interview, why do you guys keep porting Skyrim? And he was like, because you assholes keep buying it. He didn't say assholes, but it was like, because people keep buying it. You stop buying it, we'll stop selling it. It's like, or remaking it or re-releasing it. Like, yeah, it's kind of shocking. Like during the Steam sale, like during any time you go on Steam, what's like the top selling game? Skyrim's usually in the top 5 at least. So it's like, damn. It's like surprising how consistent that is. There it is.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Pathetic worm. You found to get to Oblivion. I sure did. Oh, not you. Damn it. I was like, just don't run in front of me. Okay, well, thankfully he's not trying to turn heel on me. Okay, we good, fam? Yeah, sorry I zapped you earlier. I'm not gonna ask where that lockpick was stored, by the way. Not gonna ask about it. Silver spoon. I'll take your skin. Let me just carve off your skin real quick. Oh my god. It's quite a pose. So this is the outskirts of the city, presumably. I don't see anything else. Let's go talk to the dude.
Stand back, civilian. This is no place for you. Get back to
Impending
the
cliff racers.
encampment
Dude,
at once.
I almost wish. I almost miss cliff racers. If not from a nostalgia perspective. Oh, I did hear about that. Doom running within Doom 2, I think, right? Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised it took that long, but yes, that's incredible. Skyrim running within Skyrim. I mean, I'm sure people have got Doom running in Skyrim, but yeah. Yeah, it's like, how far can we push it to the limit? Doomception, that's right.
We lost the damn city. That's what happened.
I'm sorry.
It was too much.
Well, it's
Too
not my
fast.
fault.
We were overwhelmed. Couldn't even get everyone out. There are still people trapped in there. Some made it to the chapel, but others were just run down in the streets. The Count and his men are still holed up in the castle. And now we can't even get back into the city to help them, with that damned Oblivion gate blocking the way. The only thing we can do, we'll try to hold our ground, that's what. If we can't hold this barricade, those beasts could march right down and overrun the encampment. I have to try and protect the few civilians that are left. It's all I can do now. My home, my goddamn home in flames. It kills me that I can't get in there and do something. We
Quick
couldn't
running
have
on a
been
cathode
any
ray.
less
Yeah, I
prepared for
did
this.
see that
Seems like they
a couple
came
years
out
ago.
of nowhere. There were just so many of them. If only I had a way to strike back at the enemy. But we can't leave the barricade until that Oblivion gate is closed. You mean the priest? Last I saw him, he was leading a group towards the chapel of Kvatch. If he's lucky, he's trapped in there with the rest of them, at least safe for the moment. If he's not...
Find the air.
Some kind of portal to Oblivion. The enemy used them to attack the city. They appeared outside the walls, and Daedra poured out. They've opened one right in front of the city gates. Until that gate is closed, the best I can do is try to hold these barricades.
What was surprising? Oh, I was just thinking, like, I'm surprised that Doom running inside of Doom didn't happen sooner. It's a technical challenge, but, like, you know, people just love porting Doom in strange ways. I just assumed that it was attempted previously. But oh, look, he's smiling now. I don't know. We did or said something that where he's strangely in a good mood right now.
You want to help? You're kidding, right? If you're serious, maybe I can put you to use. It'll likely mean your death, though.
That's the
Are
spirit.
you sure?
Do what I can.
I don't know how to
We're the
close
hero.
this gate, but it must be possible because the enemy closed the ones they opened during the initial attack. You can see the marks on the ground where they were, with the great gate right in the middle. I sent men into the gate to see if they could find a way to shut it. They haven't come back. If you can get in there, find out what happened to them. If they're alive, help them finish the job. If not, see what you can do on your own. The best I can say is good luck. If you make it back alive, we'll be waiting for you.
All right. Unsurprisingly,
Good luck.
it's up to us to save
If we make it through this alive,
everything.
I'll be amazed.
His head is very tall. And you know, I really don't have much of a hill to stand on for strangely shaped lads. Lads with strangely shaped heads specifically.
Go to Captain Mattias if you need something. I'm just following his orders.
Holy shit, Corey, that'd be incredible. I've seen your face somewhere in my dreams. Oh right, these guys all got injured. I can help. I still like George's reaction when he saw our character and we were having our interactions with the Emperor. He was like, I've seen your face before in my dreams. And George was like, yes, I've seen your face before in my dreams. And it made me throw up in my mouth a little bit. Convalescence. On target, that's the one, yeah. I'm helping. Restoration skill. Yeah, this is the guy that I zapped by accident. It mostly wasn't on purpose. Yeah, this guy's full health somehow. We kind of fucked him up a little bit, so only for that I give him a little bit of a healsies. It says about this. I'm gonna save and take a very brief BRB. I need to use the restroom real quick. Have a good night, Jim. You're stopping in, man. No, I know it is getting late. I'll probably be wrapping up in maybe about 15-30 minutes. I know I started the stream late tonight, so I'll usually like to go for, you know, maybe 4 hours at the most. But since I'm, you know, still up maybe a little bit squeamish from going too ham post surgery, but still feeling pretty good. Like today especially, my throat's not feeling too fatigued. All right, here we go. Oblivion Gate to the plane of Oblivion. Who knew that Oblivion Gates work that way? Here we are. I've heard the Oblivion Gate stuff is pretty dope. Pretty hellish and menacing. Oh, they are human people who are alive. You are probably a frost Aetonach, I'm guessing. Actually, hold on. I have frostly things. I think I have an ice version of shock. Now, this one, it's only 10 damage, though. I think I've had a better one. Yeah, this one. It's no more or less damage. I have a feeling this guy is not long for the... Actually, no, he's holding his own. No, not a juice. Got his ass. I'm surprised he lived. Oh, okay, he's not done yet. I thought for sure 2 clan fears and an Atronach against this one man. There's no freaking way. Yeah, first time we've actually seen the any Atronachs living, at least. Where'd you go? You alright, bud? Oh god.
Thank the Nine.
That is gonna attack me.
I'd see another friendly face. The others, taken. They were taken to the tower. Captain Mattias sent us in to try and close the gate. We were ambushed, trapped, and picked off. I managed to escape, but the others are strewn across that bridge. They took Menion off to the big tower. You've got to save him.
Not Menion.
I'm getting out of here. The captain is still holding the barricade? I figured I was the last one left alive. All right. I'll try to get out of here and let the captain know what's going on.
I'm getting out of here. Can't say I blame him. It's a charred corpse. Can I, like, interact? Like, can I, like just the hand's been burnt off. Oh, hands and one of the feet is Iron Claymore. So, talk of towers. There's a tower there, a couple beyond that way. Lots of lava. Can I drag the Atronach back into the lava? Actually, maybe though, maybe that's what they want. From the lava is whence they were birthed. From whence they were birthed. Kind of hurts the eyeballs a little bit, doesn't it? Scalds the retinas. Well, I see some dudes. I see many dudes. Many dead. No air conditioning. Actually, yeah, it's probably it's probably a little bit balmy here, if I had to guess. And of course, you know, I like to think our guy probably enjoys the red purple hues because it makes us feel right at home. Given that we have a natural purple hue ourselves, aesthetically we probably feel very comfortable right now. Oh god. What? Oh, bad guys, that's why. Or something. I think it farted at me. I think that's more likely what it is. What in the world? He just got a buff? What an odd walk cycle they have. A very bouncy step. Pep in their step. Now, I don't think we've actually seen scamps before in this game. We've seen clanfears and goblins, but I don't know if we've seen scamp. Maybe we have, but I just can't remember. So far we have scamps and Atronachs and also farting plants that drain our agility. I'm starting to think this is an unkind place. Based on the architecture, the lava and the lightning and the demons. Call it gamer intuition, but I'm starting to think that this place is maybe not the friendliest. Yeah, a little bit out of place. Yeah, the scamps were like, they were very like, they like ran and walked with their little handsies up, like little claws. It was not very threatening in that game. And this one, yeah, it seems like it's more bouncy. Like they're excited to see you. Like I would half expect to see a wagging tail accompanying them. Hey. And fire salt. I'm gonna sprinkle some fire salt over my over like a baked potato or something. Over some French fries, make them extra spicy. Every living thing walks like they crap their pants. Yeah, the Morrowind NPC, like the walking animation, the NPC like Chad stride was especially very recognizable. There's some of that in this game, but it's much more muted. I feel like in Morrowind, the long stride was, the Chad stride rather, was very iconic. It's just not the same. Not the same without it. Fleshy pod. 27. Oh, damn. I'm gonna assume either this is a cocooned creature or it's just a way of storing materials. But regardless, I'll delve into the fleshy sack. Oh god, yeah, it hurts my eyeballs. Looking at getting too close to the lava. It doesn't burn the skin or make us hot. It just hurts the eyes a little bit. Bloodgrass. I'm harvesting them, not really because I plan to do anything with them, but just because it's probably a kind of plant I can only glean from within these lands. And maybe there's some cool potions we can make. I don't know. We'll find out. And also, bloodgrass just sounds cool as fuck. Yes, it's probably one of these towers that we're ultimately going towards. Strangely enough, no enemies nearby. I thought for sure there'd constantly be stuff nearby. Oh, it's I thought it was a hand. It's a root. Ouch. You're my brother, Anakin. You're supposed to bring peace to the Force, not join the I can't remember the dialogue options. All I remember is Rachel. There's more of that root. That root stuff. Oh. In the world? Moves on its own. Is it like attack you? Ouch. Interesting. Got a mind of its own. Oh, it's got little barbs on it too, yeah. Interesting. Ah, it hurts to look at. Oh god. Oh, and there's lava. Okay, so that it actually does dip into the lava. That seemed like a very good place to hide something useful. Like a sneaky secret of some kind. Arada. That's the kind of thing that's hard to harvest because it fights back. Tries to harvest you. Yeah, I'm on fire. And you'd think you'd have higher other priorities to consider, but nope. Being an angsty lad is still top priority. There is the newest Lego Star Wars game. And from what I've seen, it looks incredible. Like, it's apparently very, very good. And it is an officially licensed Star Wars game that seems to have no qualms against poking fun at itself and like acknowledging that, yeah, there's some goofy shit. And I haven't watched much of the game because I don't want to spoil it for myself. I'd like to play it eventually to experience it firsthand. But yeah, there's like a number of scenes and like the prequel episodes where they're like where Anakin is being clearly unhappy. He's clearly upset about something. So the Jedi Council gives him like some coloring books and some crayons to like placate him for a while. And then later, and that happens like a few times in one of the later episodes of that's happening. He's like angrily coloring in his coloring books. Colors in his coloring books in an angsty fashion. Like, they know what they're doing. They know that we all look upon Anakin as a petulant teenager. Even in episode 3, so it's fun that they're kind of in on the joke too. Refreshing. It's refreshing, unlike these farting spidal sticks. Let's try to hit us with the not good juice, the not good gas. Probably, I can only carry so much blood grass. I don't know if I really need to harvest all this shit, but I'm seizing the opportunity. Angsts noisily. That's correct. What's up? Oh man, it's Mr. GV. What's up, buddy? Thank you, dude. Mr. Grovano, it's good to see you, bud. We're in the midst of of my first Oblivion playthrough. Grovana is a gentleman who's I think he's played an Elder Scroll. I think he is scrolled an Elder from time to time. He's played a few of these games. Of course, I'm being facetious. Grovana is a Elder Scrolls expert. He's played a lot of these games, done a lot of great content over the years on his Twitch channel and his YouTube channel. Although I know he's also been branching out to other neat things, including Terraria and some Assassin's Creed. In fact, tonight was Assassin's Creed. Very good. Yeah, in fact, I saw you were streaming a live episode, like a live recording of Terraria, which I want to go back and watch because I was so overjoyed when I saw that, yeah, Terraria was on your list. I was like, oh, baby, I'm so excited. Yeah, if you enjoy Elder Scrolls games, if you enjoy like Soulsborne games, Grovana has a ton of great content on his YouTube channel specifically about those games. But from a live streaming perspective, yeah, he's really been branching out quite a bit, which is awesome to see. Thank you for that very generous raid. Got lots of nice folks in here. And yeah, we're playing Oblivion. This is my first ever playthrough, and this is our first Oblivion portal. We're following the main story. I've also been doing side quests and allowing myself to get distracted by delving into dungeons, all that jazz. So I'm trying to do it as a proper Elder Scrolls experience of taking on a bunch of side quests and plundering dungeons and allowing myself to get distracted and getting lost and all the joys therein. Also, we have quite a bit of alchemy, hence why I'm trying to harvest these cool materials. But yeah, GV, do you have any clips you'd like to share from the stream tonight? Because I try. Oh, and I'll ask this of Wired Wolf as well, because Wired Wolf rated us a little bit earlier. If either of you have any clips you'd like to share from your stream that just ended, because done me a solid by rating me. The least I can offer is if there was any fun things you'd like to show off as well. Here's their goofy walks out. Yeah, it's so bouncy. They're so happy. Like they're happy to see us. By the way, if anybody's curious, our character is named Sadge Maroon. Sadge Maroon, and he's a large purple sad man. When I made him, I wanted him to be as large as his head to be as round, purple, and sad as possible. I think we did that quite well. He has a prominent underbite and a chin that Jay Leno could be jealous of. So I think we did all right. Primarily a spellcaster, but with some sword as well. I guess battle mage is a term. We gave him a custom class. We wanted to call it something like marriage counselor or wedding singer or notary public, but we didn't have enough characters, so we just called him a bulbous boy. Go play an Elder Scroll. That's exactly right. That's exactly it, official BDR. Yeah, that was what was in my mind when I say that he has scrolled an Elder. People enjoying the Terraria, dude. It's a good ass game. It's a good ass game, and like I said, I'm always down to if you needed spoiler-free like tips for things, I'm always happy to partake. Yeah, Terraria is a good ass game. Or Assassin's Creed, good times. Yeah, it's that's a series I've never tinkered with. I've never played a single Assassin's Creed game, and I would like to start with the first one at some point. Or the first one's a little bit a little bit clunky, but I mean, this is coming from a guy who's played a lot of Morrowind, so I tend to embrace the clunk whenever I can because it does not scare me. Loading area. What are some other games you have queued up, Mr. GV? Because yeah, I know Terraria is a big one on the YouTube channel, at least, and on Twitch, that primarily Assassin's Creed 4 has been the big focus. You work with a guy who looks similar to this. Oh, look, we're mad. We look so determined right now. I try to make him look sad. Like, right now, he looks more sad. But right now, like, in-game, he's like, he's fucking pissed. Grimacing. Hey, what's up, Lupin? Yeah, it's a good game. I mean, it's my first ever playthrough, and I said earlier, I've played a lot of Morrowind. In fact, I will likely play more Morrowind on stream probably fairly soon because I'm wanting to get back into Morrowind Randomizer. Because I had developed some mods a few years ago. So I made some of my own mods and then also piggybacked off of some mods that other people made. And with all these mods that I've acquired, the idea is to kind of build up a randomizer style format for playing the game. Also, battle music. Oh, is it you? It's probably you. And about the zappies. And if it isn't you, well, it's you now, buddy. But anyway, yeah, I haven't done Morrowind randomizer streams in a while, so that's something I'd like to get back into. And of course, continuing this, like, you know, there's a lot of things I want to, I wish to focus on, but as GV can probably attest to himself, sometimes it's hard to, sometimes it's tricky because it's like, oh, I want to play all these things, but I want to stream all these things, I want to take on all these projects, but there's only so many hours in the day, so sometimes it's hard to rein that in and not overdo it with a bunch of cool things. Oh god, they're farting on me. Yeah, that is quite the noxious plume. Dragon Age Origins, excellent, man. Oh, Stray, that just came out, I think. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I've heard Stray is very good. I'd be curious to hear what you think about it. Or there's oh, that's right, there's Assassin's Creed Origins. There was another one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think. I think I heard that Ubisoft was taking like a year off from Assassin's Creed games because they were like annual releases for a bit. Maybe this is outdated intel, but I thought I'd heard that like either Origins or Odyssey, whichever the most recent one is like they were like, okay, we're gonna take a bit more time to build up something really special for Assassin's Creed because they were like, yeah, it's been kind of samey for a while. So I appreciate that they're looking to mix it up. I will say there's many enemy redesigns compared to Morrowind that I see in this game. Or I'm trying to phrase that differently. There's a lot of enemies in Morrowind that I see in this game. Oh, did we crash? Let's wait for it. We crashing? Let's find out. Oh, okay. Well, it didn't kill the game, I don't think. It did kill the stream for a second there. Do not adjust your television sets. That was on my end. I think the game did not crash. Oh, yeah, we're good, we're good. There we go. Nice for her to walk up to me. Yeah, that just happens sometimes. Sometimes the game bugs out a little bit. We're good, though. Yeah, sorry if that threw things off on your guys' end. But yeah, there's a lot of enemies that I remember seeing in Morrowind that are in this game, too. And there's a lot of them where the Oblivion design I don't like as much. Sometimes it's so, sometimes I'm ambivalent, but there's been a few cases where I see the Oblivion version of an enemy and I go, I don't know if I like that one as much. But I will say the Atronox look pretty cool. I do like how the Atronox look. They look kind of more human, kind of, sort of, but still very much otherworldly. It's quite fitting. Valhalla, that's the one. Thank you, GV. I knew there was one I wasn't quite picking up on. Yeah, I think that's it. I think, like, it wasn't received poorly, but I think reviews showed that people were feeling a little bit tired of the series as it is. And I think Ubisoft was like, you know what? Yeah, we should maybe try to mix it up a little bit. So I find that refreshing. I think he just reflected. I just took damage, like, instantaneously. I think that's what he's doing. I think he's casting Reflect. which got me many times in Morrowind. I'd be like fighting a bad guy with magic, and they would cast reflect on themselves, and then suddenly I would just explode, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Because they had like a 10% reflect. So I like booty blasted myself. Yeah, it's not an Oblivion stream or an Elder Scrolls experience without some slight bugginations. We haven't had any, all right, I should, if I say this out loud, I'll regret it. I'm gonna save before I say this, but it hasn't crashed today. It did bug out earlier, and it took out my graphics card drivers. It made both of my monitors disconnect and then like reconnect after like 5 seconds. But the game didn't actually crash, which was shocking. So it's been a little weird, but it's mostly held together, all things considered. We'll take it, I suppose. It just works. Yeah, I think you're right, Nerdfighter. Yeah, it's like they're taking some time off to focus on building something special. I mean, you know, this is a lot of times how I would prefer it. I very selfishly love it when a game gets delayed, which is weird, but like I kind of like software developers or game developers in general being given more time to make things. And I'm a software developer by trade, so I'm kind of biased here, but yeah, it's like I have so many games to play. I have so many things to get distracted by. Like I don't need, you know, every game to happen exactly when they need to. Like I've got plenty of things to keep me busy. It comes from a place of privilege, though, and I get that. But like I don't know, I like it when developers are given more time, because you know you hear all these awful things about crunch being such a prevalent thing in the game development industry. It's like, yeah, man, those freaking developers and designers and artists, they all work so damn hard, man. It's like give them some time to breathe. That sounds such a wild concept. What? Oh my god, that's interesting. So they got claymores out here, landmines, metal AF. I'm feeling I probably wouldn't have enough juice. Oh, she walked into the fart plume. And she herself is... I wonder if the farts are flammable. If so, that would be an excellent... Oh, shucks. It'd be an excellent synergy. Bonk. Give me them salties. Wait for a good thing, yeah. I mean, again, and I recognize that there are extreme cases, because, yeah, like, when a game gets delayed for years and years and years, then it starts to look a little sus. That's when people start to lose faith. Like, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a good example of this. Like, it was announced, maybe one trailer was shown, and it's been radio silent. So, like, there is something to be said for, like, still regular updates happening. But yeah, when a game like appears to be dead in the water with no official word, I understand that's frustrating. Like there are extreme cases where I think it's understandable to feel disappointed by the way things shake out. The same thing 3D. Exactly, yeah. Origin, Odyssey, Valhalla. Yeah, it's like I'm sure they're good games, but they're very long games, to my understanding. Like, there's a lot of content. You don't have to do all the side quests, obviously, but if you want to experience the game more or less properly, there's a lot of stuff to slog through. I don't want to make it sound like it's a guaranteed slog, per se, but yeah, you play through a very long game that has a kind of just a lot of what you expect to see from an Assassin's Creed game. A year or two later, the next one comes out, it's got more of the same. I mean, I'm sure the systems are different and there's new features and new combat. Like, I'm sure there's things to freshen it up, but still, if at its core it's still the same gameplay loop, then yeah, you're gonna lose people. That's just how it is. Never worked in the... Yeah, I'm the same way, Lupin. I've never done any game development. And I don't want to, because well, maybe as a hobbyist I would maybe consider it, but no, I would never want to work in the game industry, because it would chew me up and spit me out. I don't think I would have... Like, I'm too spoiled, man. I like having a 9 to 5 and not 7 to 12. You know, I don't want to work 60 hours a week, even if I'm passionate about it. I like work-life balance. So yeah, I don't think I would have the stomach for it. Much as I love video games and and like nerdy culture and having passion for it, and you know, I enjoy all these things, but no, I don't think I would have the pedigree. Kind of buggy. Ooh, that's a big one too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the tricky thing too, because again, they're pretty large games with a lot of content, a lot of like interlocking systems. So yeah, I'm not surprised that sometimes bugs happen. And I'm playing an Elder Scrolls game, you know, where the odd bug is part of the experience, for better or for worse. And I'm playing Oblivion on Windows 10. Ouch, I just zapped myself. Playing Oblivion on Windows 10, so I'm already putting myself at an experience that is maybe non-standard. I mean, it runs okay, and I'm not using any mods. So, you know, we're doing all right, but there's definitely the expectation that it's different from if I was playing this on, I guess Vista. I guess this would have been the operating system at the time. A simpler time. The late 2000s, early 2010s. 80 hour. Oh my God, Lupin. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, just plain ass 9 to 5. Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. Yeah, I mean, there have been a couple of times in my life where yeah, I would be pulling like maybe 1 or 2 60-hour work week, maybe, but it was pretty infrequent. And thankfully that has not happened at all in my current job. So I've got it pretty lucky, man. I've got a pretty cushy gig, relatively speaking, at least. Keep backpedaling into that thing, man. I keep backing into this thing, and that one little pokeboy keeps going right up my booty. Game development, QA, development, testing, art. Like, I mean, there's so many disciplines that go into game development or game creation, and all those disciplines get hit pretty bad. Although I did hear just the other day that I don't know if it's like a done deal, but it sounds like there is a group of QA employees at, was it Blizzard or Activision? I can't remember, but some big company has a group of QA workers that are unionizing, or at least trying to unionize. So it's like that to me is like a good sign, at least, is just because I'm thinking like, what's this? Fortify speed. We like that. We like that a lot. But yeah, just the idea of having like, you know, some kind of like way to combat these like really what seems to be like unsavourable working conditions, or not unsavourable, unsustainable. That's the word. Unsustainable working conditions. It's because like, yeah, I mean, some amount of crunch being expected. Like, yeah, I can kind of see that, but like, yeah, it just seems so excessive. It's the idea of like having ways to counteract that sure sounds nice. So hopefully something good can come from that, but we shall see. Also, let's see if I have any. I've got lots of blood grass. I can do nothing with it, so that's helpful. Scamp skin. And speed owl sticks and claws. Damage health. Probably lots of damage health. Magicka and health. Very good. Magicka and health. I'll do all of it. Make some awful poisons. Damage, health, damage, Magicka. I'm seeing a pattern here. The full deal. Boop. So I'll burn through these. I still have bread. Just 1 loaf of bread. That's it. Have I created any spells? Not yet. We found some spells from tomes, and of course I've bought many, but I haven't made any of my own yet. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Lupin. I don't know. I guess it is kind of surprising that it's taken so long. But yeah, to your point, yeah, it's refreshing that it is that yeah, there's more focus and more of like a positive view of unionization for at least for some disciplines, because yeah, software development and game development especially seems like it's getting getting more visibility. But other places too, of course, you know, Starbucks and Amazon, like a lot of workers there are trying to unionize, so it seems like there's more visibility along those lines just in general. But yeah, I mean, I personally see it as a positive thing. I am biased, you know, I have my political biases here, but I like to think that, you know, giving folks, giving workers ways to kind of barter for, you know, better treatment and better workplace conditions seems like the kind of thing that is very much a positive thing. These are quite heavy potions, my goodness. Yeah, we picked up a cool bow. It's pretty valuable and it's pretty light, all things considered, so I'm just gonna drop some shit to make room. Really, all the things we have to drop would be it's gonna drop that guy, but yeah, mostly just dropping crappy potions we don't really need. I tend to make a lot of potions and pick up a bunch of them with the intention of selling them, and sometimes it works. You know, sometimes I do sell. I'll drop all but 5 things. Like paralyze and damage health. It's actually not half bad. Oh, it's only for 2 seconds though. It's not great. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's far from the bestest. And I've picked up a couple of weak potions. Those are the ones where you get less value per weight. That's usually what I'm more looking at, is like the weight value kind of ratio. Go and drop that guy. I think I'll also drop that book, spell book. We already read the spell book, so we don't really have any need for it. That one. So yeah, we have way too much. I mean, the strong healing potions are good. I think those are all right. Yeah, let's drop that one. Resist shock. Resist shock is kind of tempting, but not tempting enough. Let's just drop it. Like a lot of these, realistically speaking, I'm probably never gonna use. I'll drink that myself. Actually, how's that? It's not going completely to waste. Damage, good damage health. It's not, the thing is, it's not bad. 15 seconds. You know, it's just okay. I've got 8 of them. It's like I could just start using them in battle. If we start like fighting scary things. Strong magic. I should probably hang on to those. So I could see like a graph that maps out where the majority of my weight load is coming from. A lot of it is oh, that's right, I forgot I got these. Fortify speed. What are my current boots? Oh, okay, it's okay, so it's +1 to armor and +1 to speed. So it's a net gain, I'll take it. So I think they're chainmail boots. Yeah, they look like chainmail. So it's an upgrade. We'll take it. Fortify health. Oh, wow. I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah, the armor has actually been holding up pretty well. For sure it'd be beat up by now. We didn't get a chance to sell anything else earlier. I'll just drop like half of these. There we go. As they clink around. Clinkety clinkies and clankies. Yeah, everyone has their, oh yeah, 100% agreed, Beastlayer. Like I always try to be mindful of that whenever I'm streaming, whenever I'm giving commentary and espousing my opinions, because you know not everyone has to agree, obviously. And I try to remain objective, or at least I try to like consider, you know, other viewpoints and whatnot. But yeah, I also recognize that I have my biases, and that is just how it goes. It's just human nature. Also, I think we found our destination. I'm gonna explore around a little bit more. Oh my, he's a big boy. Explore around a little bit more, but I think we found the main place. He fired a couple arrows and he said, nah, let's go for melee. He's bulky. I'm assuming he's a Daedra. Like a Dremora, maybe. Oh, he looks like he might be an orc. Dremora, yep. Scout. First time we've seen a Dremora in this game. And of course this is their skin, but it looks like Daedra looking armor. Got the horns. Badass. We're all biased. Yeah, you gotta embrace it. Dremora field arrow. They're very heavy. And not very valuable. Wow, I was hoping they'd have like better gear. What bow you got? Oh god, that bow is awful. I mean, maybe it's good, but like value-wise, it is quite bad. That's really surprising. Like, it's not Daedra, obviously, or Daedric. But it's Dremora gear, so I guess Dremora gear is like crude and unsavory. Because yeah, Daedric gear in Morrowind at least was like the top of the top tier. That was that good shit. That good. So we got more landmines out here. Let's go ahead and set them off. Yeah, we actually saw... Oh, it didn't... do I have to zappies? Yeah, with the zaps. So it doesn't actually pop until you're, like, danger close, I suppose. I should be referring to the map to see where I have and have not been. Because, yeah, that's... Oh, Meat Harbor. Yes, I would like to go to the Meat Harbor. So, like, the Boston Harbor is where the Boston Tea Party took place. I'm not sure what kind of tea I would want to make in the Meat Harbor. It's more broth or soup. Went back to Oblivion after a while. It's different, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I will confess I've actually never played Skyrim. Played a lot of Morrowind, and I'm playing this game for the first time, but I've yet to play Skyrim. So I don't know firsthand, but I've heard people say that all three games are significantly different from each other. So like working backwards does make it tricky. And then it takes some adjustments for sure. Corridors of Dark Salvation. That sounds badass, man. It has a very menacing air about itself, which I do appreciate. Alright, so something has seen me. I think. Because the music changed. Yeah, she wasn't making any moves though, so I wasn't sure if it was the Atronach. I don't think it was. Oh, it's another Atronach. Oh boy. Hey man, don't Atronach it until you try it. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. I guess it could be Atronach with a more pronounced CH sound, but I don't think that it is. Hi-ya! I didn't have to jump like that, but it made me feel really cool. Which is more important. Oh god. The flames hurt, but not... Well, for one thing, the flames don't hurt that bad, because we're a motherfucking dark elf, so we got that fire resistance on lock. Resist fire 75, so... Yeah, fire we really don't give that many shits about. But, like, the flame effects are... Like, oh god, it hurts to look at a little bit. Jarring visually. Oh, they're buddies. Friends till the end. Going from Morrowind to Oblivion was a shocker. Yeah. Going backwards can be rough. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. We were talking earlier in today's stream about how, and I like this about Morrowind, but Morrowind is a very slow-paced game. Literally, it's slow because character speed is very slow, but also narratively, it takes a while to get the story going, and combat is slower. Just it's a more, everything's more deliberate in that game, for better or for worse. And plenty of people do not like that. about the game, and that's a valid criticism. So yeah, if you start with games that are much more fluid, much more engaging from the start, like Oblivion and Skyrim, then yeah, it makes perfect sense that it would be off-putting. And there's like you said, there's the quality of life things. Yeah, there's definitely things that I would take for granted if I would have started with this game. And some of those quality of life things are universally like they make the game easier. Yeah, they're not easier, but they add to the game, make it a nicer experience. Other things, oh, interesting. Other things I know what they were going for, but part of me almost prefers the more old school approach with some quality of life changes, that kind of thing. Like sometimes I don't want things to be too easy or too convenient, you know? It depends though. Also, whenever I see stuff like this, I go, oh, secret? Like hidden things maybe? Probably not. This doesn't strike me as the kind of area where there'd be copious secrets, but I try it, man. Yeah, okay, nothing out here. I was thinking maybe something will become apparent. Uh-oh, can I get back up? Yes, okay. That's quite an angle. That's quite the angle on that hill there, so I was like, uh-oh. How can I manage this? Because that is a constant challenge in the Elder Scrolls games, trying to scale hills that are beyond a certain degree. Hey, what's up, Troubles? Last it. You can be in the lava for like well, depending on your hit points, a few seconds. So in our case, yeah, we'd be okay for a bit, but not for very long. It's pretty spicy. It's the spicy juice, spicy earth juice. So we definitely have our main destination. I like to explore around and take in the sights and look for secret things, but it's probably clear we know where we're going. Yeah, very traditional. Yeah, the opposed die roll, combat, well, not just combat, but other things too, but especially combat. I liked it, but I mean, I fully get when people don't like it, because it's not for everybody, and it's very antiquated, especially by today's standards, so it's tough going back. It's a simpler time. Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, Lupin, I'm right there with you, bud. It's the joy of older, especially PC, but older RPGs. Older PC RPGs. What's up, Nabs? Good to see you, bud. Nabs said, Alex, get your ass to bed. You're probably not wrong. I probably should be wrapping up fairly soon here. I'd like to get to at least the entrance of this awful Satan Tower. So we're kind of exploring the area leading up to it. Also, as I see this kind of archway here, and I see the bridging these two towers, I'm reminded a little bit of Ghost Gate. Not so much like the color scheme, but kind of architecturally speaking. Reminds me a little bit of Ghost Gate from Morrowind. Solasta. I've not played it. In fact, I have not really seen Solasta. I think I know what you're referring to, though, Jebbles. It sounds familiar. It's a game I'm thinking that it is. Yeah, opposed die rolls as the combat. That's about as old school as it gets. Doesn't get much more old school than literal dice rolls. And more flesh sacks. That's where they got the good equipment. Blam. Isometric CRPG, very nice. That is very relevant to the kinds of nice things that we're espousing. Take all of that. XCOM games, yes. Yes. Well, I don't know about like literal dice rolls, but definitely there are opposed dice rolls happening behind the scenes to measure the likelihood of certain attacks hitting and certain attacks missing. I've not played an XCOM game myself, but I have a number of friends that have or do. And the way they tell it is that if your guy has a 95% chance of hitting, they will miss. In crucial moments, in a do or die crucial moment, if it's a 95% miss chance, they will, or 95% hit chance, they will miss. And if it's a crucial moment and the enemy has a 1% crit chance, they will crit. So that is something that we all love, apparently. Sump of Misery. Huh. I like the very clearly Daedric glyph on the exterior here. Sump of Misery. Sounds like the kind of thing that Sump of Misery. That's like, what could that be analogous to IRL? I'm just thinking, like, if I look up Sump of Misery in Urban Dictionary, what will I find? Or what definition will it give me? We will explore that in a second. But like I said, I'm just trying to explore around. There are a lot of sights and sounds to take in here. Now, apparently I've already been this way. Oh, the misery. The Blood Feast. Metal AF. Hey, what's up, Geo? How far am I? I'm pretty early on in the game. I'm like level 10, I think. Yeah, level 10. And this is the first Oblivion game. So, to kind of give you an idea of how far we are in the main story. So, we're pretty early on. But we are in the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild. We've done some side quests. But we also did Battlehorn Castle. So, we haven't bought all the upgrades, but we did clear out the castle of bad guys. So, we're getting there. But I think this is stream number 16 or 17, I think, of Oblivion specifically. Usually get pretty good odds, Chubbles. That's good. Yeah, I want to play. I would actually like to start with original old school XCOM at some point. I've heard the new games are very good, but there's a masochistic part of me that wants to try the original games and see how hard they are, because I've heard they're quite unforgiving. I want to just try them out, though. Maybe that's a good point, Chubbles. Yeah, that might be the more spicy difficulty settings, too. Oblivion, Morrowind, yeah, man. Really no much going in. Yeah, well, the thing about Morrowind is that, again, it's slow at the beginning. And the combat system, yeah, a lot has been said. I would venture to say that the combat is the worst part of Morrowind. And I love Morrowind. It's one of my favorite games ever. But the combat is the worst part. And it's not that it's horrible. It just takes a while to get used to. Because it's frustrating. You know, you're jumping around outside Saint Denis. You see a rat and you try to attack it with your starting dagger and you just can't hit anything. And it's like, man, what the hell's going on? Like my short blade skill is like 30 or 40, isn't that enough? And then it's like, oh, my stamina was empty. No, that might explain it. Because like in this game, your low stamina will make you're less effective with low stamina. But in Morrowind, you are a useless, floppy slab of meat with 0 stamina. Like, you can't hit anything, can't cast any spells. Like, you can move and you can jump, but that is it. So, like, really, really being mindful of that in Morrowind, especially starting out, is paramount to success. And the leveling system is weird in Morrowind, but it's pretty similar to Oblivion. So if you've played Oblivion, then it will not be that alien to you. But yeah, it just takes a while to get used to. So, and that's part of the experience. Just kind of learning the systems. The AI cheat like motherfuckers. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks with like the memes I've heard. 5,000 hours, Geo. That's incredible. Yeah, I'm at like 60 hours total. Just don't do it, Troubles. I want to try it out. I wouldn't like commit to a full playthrough, but I would just want to give the old college try and see what it's like. But I would also brace myself for destruction. Fallout 1 or 2. Yeah, because I have played Fallout 1. I haven't played Fallout 2 yet. Actually, confession time. Fallout 1 is the only Fallout game I've played. I want to go back and play 2 and 3 in New Vegas. Like, I want to play them all, but I'm especially out of the loop with the Fallout series. They are on console. Yeah, that's another thing to point out too. Is yeah, if you have the choice, the option, I would recommend playing Morrowind on PC personally. I haven't played the Xbox version. I know it does exist. There is the port on the Xbox, and it apparently functions pretty well, pretty blood well. But yeah, I've heard it's not that I've heard. I've observed that it load times are longer, and of course there's no mods at all, and the controls. I mean, the fact that they transferred the control setup for Morrowind, which is the most PC based of PC games. Like, it's very mouse and keyboard through and through. The fact that they managed to condense that into a gamepad friendly format is a technical marvel. But yeah, I would personally advocate for mouse keyboard if that's an option. And of course, it's pretty easy to run, I think. At least, I mean, I haven't had any problems running it natively on Windows 10. And of course, the modding scene is part of the experience. I would say for the better. Explore this. Did I grab this flesh sack? Let me grab the sack. Clearly I did. And same with Oblivion. I mean, Oblivion, I'm running this unmodded, just out of the box through Windows 10, and it does crash sometimes, but it holds up for the most part pretty well. Speaking of what, every time I say it, we save. So I'm not a fool. Well, sometimes I'm a fool, but I try to learn. Got a pretty beefy PC. Yeah. If you got a pretty good PC, then it really wouldn't be any reason to play Morrowind or Oblivion on console. Well, I guess with console, for Oblivion, it probably wouldn't crash, or at least not nearly as much. So Oblivion probably is fairly stable on like Xbox 360. But yeah, but for Morrowind, yeah, on original Xbox, my understanding is that it oh god, it hurts the eyeballs to look at. Not Morrowind. Well, yes, visually it doesn't look that great, but yeah, in for the original Xbox, the Xbox port for Morrowind, it's like it functions perfectly fine. It just, yeah, the load times are not great, and I've explored this fully, by the way. Load times are not great, and just the gamepad controls seem like the kind of thing that would hamper the game a bit. Let's explore some of the outer areas, the blood well and the sump, the sump of sadness or whatever it was called. No console commands. Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, you can get soft locked in things with no clip options. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, soft lock or hard locked. Yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Roll 20 systems, right? Loading area. Fallout 1 is skippable. I mean, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I'm glad I played it. It's a hard-ass game, but I'm glad I got through it. But yeah, I've heard Fallout 2 is incredible, so I'm expected to like Fallout 2 even more. Yeah, I've heard Fallout 3 had a great story, but New Vegas is like the better game in a lot of ways. And I want to play both. Like I want to get caught up on the series. I'm a little far behind. Am I using unofficial patches for Oblivion? I am not. I was not aware of unofficial patches. Are there any you would recommend? Because I would rather not. I would rather avoid things. Oh, Reaper's Scroll. That's one of these towers, I think. Sump. Let's go to the Sump of Misery. That place sounds great. But yeah, I would rather avoid anything that changed things up too much. So, but if there are mods that would, yeah, maybe clean things up a bit, but leave things mostly vanilla intact, then I'd give it the old college try and see how it plays. So long as it's okay with adding it to an existing save. God Howard, Todd the God. There is a developer. I follow the New Blood developers on Twitter because they're all hilarious meme lords, and they also make incredible games, but they're all hilarious dudes. And their main guys, their CEO, I can't remember the guy's name. but he had he changed his profile picture to, it was like an AI mashup of Todd Howard and Gabe Newell. So I think he called him like, and I can't remember what he called him, but like if you portmanteau Gabe Newell and Todd Howard, you end up with like God Howl, which sounds pretty badass actually. Yes, Sump of Misery. Sounds delightful. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a dungeon. Oh, maybe it is a dungeon. Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, blue balls me, man. I want it to be a dungeon. And this actually more resembles some of the caves you see in Morrowind. Dude, man, I need to set something up. Take a drink every time Alex mentions Morrowind. Invokes the name of Morrowind while playing Oblivion. It's just like the thing in Morrowind. It's like, Alex, come on. Probably gets old hearing me sputter constantly about a 21-year-old game. But it's my favorite. So I don't want to overstep, because there could be more baddies to the left. Much like everything I own in the boxes to the left. Gotta go for it. Philip. Ouch! There we go. It's probably more where that came from. Ooh, more flesh sacks. Let me reach inside your sack. That's what's good, right? That's what everyone loves. Just reach right in there and mix it up a bit. The vanilla patches. Hunting Skyrim, nice. Lupin, that's awesome. Relaxing, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you get to debug it as you're working on it, man. Unofficial patches. Is it like, so if I just do like a search on Nexus mods for Oblivion unofficial patches, so they'll pop right up. Hopefully. Ocean of Silence. I thought it said human leather pants, and I was like, oh my. It's getting weird. Yes, I would like to use the human leather pants, please. So just, yeah, just cleaning things up to run smoother. So Arthmore. And just fixes bugs. Atronox, yeah, I was thinking earlier how a lot of the monster designs are redesigns compared to Morrowind and Oblivion. I tend to lean towards the Morrowind designs because I'm biased and it's what I'm used to. But I will say the Atronox look pretty badass, so I think I might prefer this game's version of them. Desolate Well. Oh, you got some? Gio? Perfect, yeah. Excellent, thank you. Shivering Isles. Good stuff. I shall grab all three of those bad boys. Of course, we're not in the Shivering Isles yet, or the DLC things yet, but eventually we'll get there. That's really helpful. Thank you for posting that, Gio. That's very, very beneficial, because I'm definitely down for suggestions. We might have cleared this area out. Also, it is a little bit dark in here. That's how we got here. Let's check out this other happy place. Oof. Oh my. Well, there was a way to sneak attack with magic spells, but that'd probably be kind of OP, I'm guessing. I know in Morrowind you could sneak attack with bows. I'm guessing you can in this game too, probably. Ouch. Oh my god. Calm down. Goddamn. It's a good thing fire doesn't hurt us too much. So all it really is an annoyance. Ah. Boing. Now the melee is still a problem. But that 75% fire resistance, or at least 75 fire resistance, that as cool as Dark Elves get is pretty sick. And maybe even a little bit OP sometimes. Sneak is finicky. I mean, it's better than Oblivion, or than, I'm sorry, than Morrowind, because for all of my fanboyisms for Morrowind, I will say the sneak pickpocketing system in Morrowind is legit busted. It is objectively bad. So I have no leg to stand on. I'm just glad that in this game it's pretty functional. For at least as far as I can tell, so I'm in no position to complain. Corpse Smasher, by the way. Huh. Alright, hold on. I got a corpse right here. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't stand up. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get healed up, then I'm gonna save, because I fear that bad things will happen to people whose names are Super Hobbit if I step too close. Okay. So then we save. This place scares me, man. Sneaky archers, yeah, that's what I've heard. That's like just about a guarantee to having a fairly easy experience in Skyrim, especially. Alright, well, it's not really where I wanted you to go, lady. I'm helping. Yeah, I think she's stuck. Alright, let's... Oh! Oh, well, that was disappointing. I was like, oh, when's the smashing happening? The mashing, rather. I'm trying to, like... I want to mash the corpses. Nah, whatever, who cares? Very overpowered. Yeah, that is apparently precisely the point. That brings it back down. Guess we gotta write it up. The Corpse Masher. Yeah, these hanging zombies and Atronox, maybe? Oh, there's like a ceiling above. Stealth archery is super up. Yeah. It seems like it'd be pretty good in this game too, for that matter. Mages take a while. Yeah, well, that's definitely what I'm seeing in this game. Seems like mages are quite good, but takes a while to build up just to find spells and equipment that allows for survivability. I thought that was an Atronox corpse at first. I was like, damn, they're hanging Atronox? No, it's just flaming zombie corpse person. Oh, and thank you for that, Gio. No, I appreciate your consideration. Yeah, I typically try to err on the side of caution. Or I ask people to err on the side of caution when it comes to backseating and that kind of stuff. But what I also try to be clear on is that I'm like, I don't want people to be miserable. So if I'm missing something super obvious and people are just like losing their minds, like, Alex, oh my god, you are killing me. Like, my ambition as a streamer is to entertain. So if the way I am playing a game is just making, especially like if it's multiple chat members, like if it's one person, then I guess it's one thing. But yeah, if like several people are like, Alex, this is awful to watch, I am dying, then like, yeah, then it's fine. Like, you know, you can, or at least like hints, you know, maybe not like a full-on spoiler or a full-on backseat, but like just a little nudge, a gentle knowledge nugget in the right direction can go a long way. It's like I've been in chats before, and I've mentioned this before. I've been watching streams before where like a streamer would have a like no spoiler or no backseating ever policy, like no hints, no tips, no nothing ever, and like they're stuck in a puzzle or there's a boss they're stuck on, and there's like a mechanic that they either don't know about because the game didn't do a good job of telling them, or they haven't played the game in like a month and they forgot about this mechanic, and the chat's like, and I'll be thinking to myself, man, if they knew about this one thing, it would make their life easier and all the chat members' lives easier too, because it would like clear things up and allow for a smoother experience. But it's like, oh, but I gotta be respectful of their rules. So like I try to avoid being in that situation or putting viewers in that situation, because like I said, like sometimes it's like, dude, it would make everyone would be having a smoother experience if not for this one thing. So yeah, especially if it's mechanical, like mechanic stuff. Like if there's Alex, you know, like for instance, being able to parry with melee with two-handed melee weapons. I had no idea, and I stumbled upon it, and I was like, man, that's awesome. Because in Morrowind, you could only block with shields. There was no parry mechanic. Like mechanical things, to me, that's not really a spoiler. So like that you could pretty much, you can backseat that just about all you want. Like I don't mind that too much. Just burning corpse, yeah, you know, nothing weird, nothing out of the ordinary. Now sadly, we really don't have capacity for that elven bow, as nice as it is. I'd have to drop more stuff, and it's probably not worth general direction. Yeah, and that's appreciated, Geo, because yeah, it's I would say like there have been instances, yeah, even recently, where yeah, somebody would give a gentle nudge. Blood fountain, delicious. Someone would give a gentle nudge in the right direction without like overdoing it, obviously, and it was appreciated very much so by me especially, and probably by other chat members, because it was like, all right, we're getting the ball rolling, that's what's up. Yeah, it's probably the top of this particular dungeon. I thought I just jumped down. We have enough health, we would probably survive. That's almost a challenge. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. It'd be kind of tough. I was like, we'll see how much fall damage that would be. It'd be a little spicy. And for the descension call. Oversensitive to spoilers. Oh, like yeah, like really generic. Yeah, I mean, I understand that like it's easy for a seemingly innocent comment, like, you know, from somebody who's very knowledgeable. I know how that can sometimes go, where like, you know, someone who's super knowledgeable about a game making a what they kind of assume to be like a pretty harmless statement could sometimes reveal more than they might think. Like I've seen instances where that can happen. But yeah, to your point though, Chubbles, yes, there's also the case of people being overly kind of guarded about that kind of thing. And I get that. Like it's tricky to navigate, and I try to recognize that gray area means it's hard to have, in my opinion, too hard set rules for it. Too hard set of rules. Because yeah, you would hope that like it's one thing to recognize like, oh yeah, that the gray area exists, and sometimes it's tricky to navigate, and what person A considers a spoiler or a backseat might not be what person B considers to be a spoiler or a backseat. So and being patient, you know, trying to be understanding and patient, not like bite someone's head off the second they say there's other weapons in that game. Because you're right, Chubbles, like there's being too cavalier about those kinds of things can you know, take away from everyone's experience. Also, no doors on the map suddenly. It's weird. In fact, where are we? I guess we're around here. This is weird. There were like doors on the map. Maybe that bugs out sometimes. In 4 hours, Lupin. Oh my goodness. Have a good night, bud. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I will most likely be back possibly tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow by many. Oh my god, it's 2 a.m. I gotta wrap things up pretty soon here. I was gonna like stop in front of the other dungeon thing we saw. It was somewhere around... somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember where it was. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Ouch. Yeah, it wasn't this. This is like the main place. I want to go to the other optional area. The Blood Feast. So we're right here. I want to say it was like... Man, I don't know. Let's do this. I'm gonna save real quick. I go into here and then exit again. Boy, that looks cool. Yeah, still no doors on the map. Bizarre. That's so bizarre. Oh, that's nice, Beast Slayer. No, I'm happy. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you probably came in from Grovana's raid, and Grovana's a good dude, especially when it comes to Elder Scrolls, experts and enthusiasts, and who like really play, like know those games really well. Yeah, GV's incredible. He's a really good dude. Shout out to Baxi. No, like I said, I try to be understanding because I get it. When I'm watching somebody play a game, I know front and back. Oh. Unexpected. Claws rising up out of the ground, you know, nothing weird. But anyway, yeah, I understand. Like, I get it. Like, if somebody were playing Morrowind right now, I would be tempted to, yeah. I like to think I would like not give spoilers, obviously, but mechanically speaking, I would want to give assistance, just because that game, I love it to death, but it is clunky and it's not always conveyed very well. Like, it doesn't convey itself very well sometimes. Like, there are times where it does not make clear certain pretty important systems. I mentioned the stamina thing earlier. Like, if you're low stamina, you're gonna have a bad time. I feel like the game doesn't always do a good job of drilling that into one's head, especially early on. So there are many occasions where I find where I would feel, if I'm watching somebody play who's kind of new to the game, I would want to like give little nudges to try to make their experience less of a slog, because I want them to, you know, play and enjoy the game. And if they're getting frustrated and, you know, at level 1 and can't find Caius in Balmora, or can't get to Balmora, can't navigate out of State of Need, then they're not going to get very far. Like, I want to have them give the game a proper chance. Oh, and I totally get that. It's like a game you're passionate about, a game you know super well. You want people to have a positive and enjoyable experience, and it's just a matter of knowing where to draw that line. And it's sometimes hard to define that sometimes. I think it was down here. Yes, this looks good. Welcome to, yeah, the disappearing map indicators, or oh, okay, we got a door here. All right, so some door. Oh, there they are. They came back. Look who came crawling back. All right, well, that's okay. Just in time for us to wrap it up for the night, my friends. It got late, but it's because I was having a good time. So it's a good. It was worth going later than usual because it meant I was having a good time, hanging out with some homies, some new homies, and some familiar homies. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you to Wired Wolf and to Grovana for the very generous raids, both of you guys. Yeah, GV was streaming earlier. He was doing some Assassin's Creed 4.